tonight. But the Padres did get one. They salvaged one yesterday over the Chicago White Sox. Chris Ello and Matt Scraby. We're here in the Bill House Studios. We know how. And 4-3 makes for a 4-game winning streak. Doesn't maybe erase the whole thing, Tony, but felt a whole lot better than going up to San Francisco with a 5-game losing streak. I know that much.
Yeah, one of the two teams in the National League West that broke their losing streak. Everyone had a losing streak of at least 2 going in, and it was the first time, I believe, ever that it's ever been like that.
There was a chance if the Padres and Dodgers had lost yesterday that the NL West could have gone 0-15 this weekend. Every one of their teams got swept in every series, except for the Dodgers snuck the last one in St. Louis, and the Padres got yours. So you're absolutely right. Sorry, I interrupted him. Did I?
Go ahead.
Badly?
I think so. I think it was like the worst interruption of all time.
Yeah, it might be.
But yeah, they were definitely fortunate to get out of there with a win. They seem to have it. They got the big homer off of Morejon to kind of get the lead back. Padres scrapped and clawed their way to victory, and it's nice. They're coming in facing a team that's not playing well. It sounds like Giants making some moves on their roster, bringing up Eldridge, the young prospect, to play some, I'm assuming, first base. I think they also brought up a catcher. So they are searching for answers here in San Francisco. Padres, I think they'll have Vasquez going today, which is great. They got some good signs from Griffin Canning in yesterday's game. Kind of excited about that. Offense, still trying to figure out, still trying to get everybody going. I don't know. I think despite them not having one of their big guys really rolling yet, they have established an identity on who they are offensively and what they're trying to do. So this was a series that the Padres got thumped in the first time these two teams touched grass together. So let's see if it can. These games here in Oracle are typically low-scoring affairs, very tight games. I expect nothing to be different here.
Yeah, Trevor McDonald is a right-hander.
Old McDonald.
Sorry?
Old McDonald.
Oh, I think he's young McDonald. I think he's young. He's pitching for the Giants. I think they just called him up. And I thought to myself, well, they could call up Juan Marichal or Gaylord Perry in his prime. The Giants need hitting is what they need. And you've mentioned it. They're going to bring up Eldridge, their prize prospect, to try and get some offense going. They are last in baseball, not only in home runs. They're also last in stolen bases. They have no power and no speed. They are easily last in runs scored. I believe they're 12 behind the next lowest. And they're 29th in OPS. They're ahead of only one team there. That would be the Mets. So, yeah, it has been a really bad streak. They just lost all 6 games of their road trip, and they did not hit a home run in any of the 6 games.
Did you guys watch? I was watching this game yesterday at the end of the game because the Giants were up 1-0 in the 8th, and then everything fell apart. It was hit, and then there was Matt Chapman. Or no, he didn't make the mistake. There was just a ton of mistakes in the 8th inning. They couldn't figure it out. In the 9th inning, they just couldn't get anybody. Or I'm sorry, in the 10th inning, they couldn't get the ghost runner over. It was just a disaster for them past the 8th inning yesterday.
They also have no bullpen. So
I don't know what.
That's another issue.
Is his name Ryan Walker? He doesn't seem like the best option, but maybe that's their best option.
I think that tells you what you need to know. They don't have a very good bullpen. They traded Duvall away right to the Yankees last year. There's a lot of things wrong with the Giants, but I'm not really that worried about them. Obviously, the Padres need to go in there and take care of business, which is something, Tony, I think everybody thought they would just, easily do against the White Sox. But one thing we told everybody is that the White Sox are a lot better, and Will Venable's got a club. And if you groove a ball to Murakama, that's going to be 3 runs on the board, which it was Friday night. That was kind of the big blow there. And, they played some decent baseball out there. The Padres did not hit on Saturday. You still got to go out and get the job done. And I'm just happy that they were able to to get one, because I had a bad feeling that they were going to just get swept there. We've seen it in the past where a less than stellar team comes to San Diego and sweeps the Padres. It's happened a few times in the last couple of years. So, the fact they got the one, I thought the way the game started yesterday looked like they were going to get shut out again, but give credit, man. Andujar sticks one in the seats. Manny gives you one. And then the way they got that run in the 8th inning, I give Laureano credit for stealing that base. I was not expecting that. I don't think they were. And I thought that was a big play. And Jackson Merrill gets him to third. And then, after Manny can't get him in, old Xander, we've been relying on him a lot this year, Tony, and he was the right guy in the right spot. I know he didn't hit it hard, but he hit it to the right spot, and you win the game. So,
yeah, great lead off at bat from Laureano. I thought Jackson's bad bat was the one though, because he's facing a tough lefty. He's been struggling.
Yeah,
lays off those tough sinkers that look like they're strikes and end up in off the plate. And then he got to a count where my man had to throw him a strike, especially with Manny sitting behind him, and he was able to get that base hit that got Laureano the third. I just, it's that's part of why I think this team, when they get to that inning, is they believe they're going to win. This is a team that knows what they're doing. It gets better over the course of the game, and when they needed those at bats. And listen, you're not going to win every series. Padres won, I think it was 6 in a row, 6 series straight.
Six and a split. They split the 2-gamer.
Six in a row, and then they split the 2-gamer. Yeah. They lost the first one here to the Cubs, and then they lose this one. That being swept and finding ways to just salvage when you're in that spot, I think is important. Now you got to get back on the horse, get back to winning these series. And you got the Giants who, are a struggling team. The one thing I've noticed in the teams that we played so far is, and I said this on the air, the floor has risen. It's not as low as it once was. Whether you're talking about the White Sox or you're talking about the Rockies, these teams are or at least these two teams in particular, because these are the ones that the Padres have faced, are a much better team than they were a year ago. And that doesn't necessarily mean that they are division winners or competing for a wild card. It just means that you're not just going to roll in there and, face two teams that expect to lose in some ways. They were both improved. So the Padres salvaging the sweep. Now you got to get back to it here against the Giants.
Let's talk about Griffin Canning, Tony, and what you saw. I'll tell you one thing. I saw some pitches that move a lot. He doesn't throw very much straight. And I saw some bottom dropping out of pitches yesterday. I saw some breaking balls that were down and into left-handed hitters that almost went to the backstop that they were swinging at. 5 innings, 7 strikeouts. I'd say pretty good command for his first outing, 3 walks. I mean, that's, I can live with that. All in all, right? 73 pitches. You got to be really happy with that if you're the Padres.
Yeah, he was good. It did start great in terms of his command, but you certainly saw him just getting his confidence getting stronger as the game went along. And, 70 whatever pitches, got through a good chunk of that game. I thought he looked good. I really did. Now, I didn't think he was like picture perfect, but I also wasn't expecting that, considering he hasn't pitched in a big league game since last season.
Yeah.
And had no real spring training. I know he pitched in the minor leagues, did that. That's not the same. And so you could see him in the first really trying to get the feel, and then like in the second it clicked a little bit more. And by the third, it felt like he was in a good spot. And so I expect him to keep getting better too, as he gets a few more starts under his belt. Eventually, Padres are going to have to make a decision. I think it was, being that Marquez, came up with, a little elbow issue there, it kind of works in their favor. They don't have to They don't
yes,
have to.
The old elbow issue. That's why he gave up 7 runs, right?
Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Like whether it's real, whether it's fake. All the other teams do it.
Absolutely, Tony.
We shouldn't even make light of it. At the end of the day, he's on the IL. You get to keep the arm. Ultimately, I think the Padres need to be able to keep these arms as long as possible so they can figure out what they have.
Agreed.
And so, boom, there you have it.
Oh, nobody's complaining about this. You're absolutely right. Everyone does it. I will say this. I was a little surprised, and I bet you a lot of people were surprised. Padre fans were probably surprised that it was Marquez's elbow who started to tighten up rather than Waldron's. But the fact of the matter is Waldron stays in the rotation. Marquez does not, at least for now. I will tell you what Waldron has done by giving them gutty performances and keeping them in games, despite the fact that the fans can't stand this guy for some reason, Tony, has worked and impressed me, and I think it's done enough to impress the staff that they want to put him out there because they feel he'll keep them in the game. And he may do even better than that if he ever gets the knuckleball or really, to start dancing the way he wants to. I don't share the same angst with Waldron as a lot of fans seem to. So
I think, yes, it could be that, but it also could be that, if they truly felt that way about Waldron and Marquez wasn't hurt, they would have just put Waldron on waivers, right? But maybe Marquez's elbow did flare. Maybe that's why he gave up the runs he gave up in his last outing. Who knows? We don't know. We just have to go by what we have. And as I said the other day, Waldron did a nice job just getting the team through 5, whether people realize that or not. It's a whole other thing.
Yeah, whether they realize it or not, let me answer for you, Tony. They did not realize it. So that's why I'm going to point it out. The Padres do officially have new ownership. We will talk about that when we come back. Get you ready for the Giants tonight. Huge weekend in sports. I thought a lot of stuff in the playoffs, both NBA and Stanley Cup. There was an amazing Kentucky Derby Saturday that I think a lot of people probably didn't see. We'll talk about that and the rest of it as we get rolling on our Monday get-together. Gwynn and Chris, 97.3 The Fan.
2:18 here in San Francisco, as well at the Odyssey Studios. Bill, how?
We know how.
Studios there.
I just totally interrupting Tony today. It's Interrupt Tony Day.
Today?
Yeah, fair enough. My wife, I'll be honest with you, if it makes you feel any better, Tony, my wife gets on my case for it all the time. Stop interrupting Tony.
Interrupting us?
Yeah.
We indeed have new ownership officially. The Sidlers have, I believe the word is, entered into an agreement with new ownership. The Feliciano and Jones duo will take over 40% of this team. Do not know when that exactly will happen. But just reading the statement here, says the Padres are more than a baseball team. They are a unifying force in San Diego. This is a statement from Feliciano, Mr. Feliciano and Mrs. Jones. They are a unifying force in San Diego, rooted in community, connection, and belonging. As life and business partners and as a family, we are honored to lead this next chapter together. We have worked hard for everything we have achieved, and we have built it together. We see that same spirit in this team and its fans, and we know what it takes to win. We are committed to showing up, listening, and earning the trust of this community while building on the strong foundation established by the Sidler family. So that is the first statement we have gotten from the ownership. According to people familiar with the couple's thinking, the purchase of about 40% of the Padres is a, quote, personal investment that is meant to be in their control for generations. Those people were not willing to speak publicly because the sale of the team has not been finalized. But it sounds like these are the type of owners that San Diego would like to have.
Everything seems good. And I know there's a lot of... Thank you.
You can't talk over the applause?
I thought that was pretty ho-hum statement. Everything seems good, but I appreciate the applause for it. Didn't think there's really anything special there.
I just love it because it's not some investment group saying that computer Y is going to be determining your future.
Well,
that's what I'm excited
organization
about.
Has that, by the way?
The Red Sox. The Red Sox.
Oh.
What's going on with them?
All I'm saying right now is what is being said so far is making me happy. But I think we all have to take everything with a, wait and see attitude. Let's see what actually happens.
Absolutely.
You can say everything. I think every owner says all the right things or most of the right things at the beginning. At the beginning. I don't think too many ownership groups come in and go, we're taking over the Padres. We have absolutely no respect for the fan base at all. Think this organization has been kind of run into the ground. And we expect to try to run it further into the ground and make as many mistakes as we possibly can.
In Kevin Acey's...
So, you're not going to hear that, obviously.
No. In Kevin Acey's newsletter, he did take a good little dig at the doomers out there who are saying, well, look how he runs Chelsea. He doesn't run Chelsea. Like, people just run with information that they don't know about, and they're basing everything upon how Chelsea is run when... we don't even know that any sort of fingerprints from Chelsea are going to be on this team at all.
I don't know what Chelsea's record is, but I believe they're one of the better run franchises overall through the years.
The Chelsea fans will tell you that ownership spends way too much money on the wrong players.
All right. Well, so at least they're spending money.
That is true.
Hopefully, if they spend money,
the beautiful thing about baseball is that the owners don't actually spend the money. The people like AJ Preller spend the money.
That's right.
So I don't think we'll have that issue.
Yes, make the money.
For the doomers that might have felt that way.
Yes, make the money available to AJ and then let him spend it, hopefully more wisely than the guy you have running the thing in Chelsea.
Yeah. I'm in. I think this is all good.
But yeah, I think we're all happy. And it's going to be a while, I imagine, before we hear from these owners. I'm looking forward to that. I am. I want to actually see them. I want to, hear them speak. I want them to, field a few questions, just to get a little feel for what their personalities seem like. Right now I'm reading quotes only.
Yeah.
So, let's wait till that. And I think it's going to be a while before we get to that, right? Because you got to cross T's, dot I's, and that takes forever.
Baseball still has to approve it, I think. I'm not sure if that...
Yes. No, that's a fact.
But It's all good. Let me read this and then we can go forward. Mason Miller bobblehead night, guys. This Thursday, presented by Cox Communications, 7:10 p.m. Thursday's game. So remember, it's not 6:40. It's going to be at home, 7:10 p.m. The Padres are going to host the Cardinals. The first 40,000 fans in attendance are going to receive a flame-throwing Mason Miller bobblehead presented by Cox. Whether he's shutting down batters or throwing an immaculate inning, Miller always brings the heat with his fastballs. Don't wait to secure your tickets. Visit padres.com/tickets.
There is only one TV game in that series. That is Sunday. All the rest are national TV. So if you want to listen to the game or watch it and listen to your local guys, you have that option via the MLB app, or you can just turn to 97.3 The Fan. Listen to us all day, every day, because we will be there all 4 games.
What?
Tony said, book it.
I'm just saying, I've kind of gotten to the point now where I'm done complaining about the fact that I don't know where to look for games. I mean, it's just, I have to accept that this is how it is now in all sports. I mean, the NBA. Well, look, the NBA playoff games every single day and night. It takes me 10 minutes to find the games I'm looking for. Some of them I can find, some of them I can't. Tony just mentioned it, right? You got the Cardinals Thursday night. It'll be on ESPN. The Cardinals Friday night. You're gonna have to flip over to Apple TV for that. Saturday, you're gonna have to go to Fox TV for that. And Sunday, are we looking at one more Peacock or somebody? No, that's normal.
Regular.
That's normal.
I know I know how to help you with this. You can go to the ESPN app, look at the game, and it tells you what channel it's on.
Yeah, I get it, but it's extra effort that I don't really feel like having to make all the time. But now I know that I agree. I have to do it. Okay, I get it. I said I'm coming around to it.
Why am I? There's.
Well, you're picking on me, and I said
I'm not picking on you.
You're saying that I'm being like.
I was just trying to give you a suggestion. I wasn't sure if you knew.
It didn't. Did that sound like a suggestion, Tony? I got an idea. You can go to the ESPN, and they'll have it right there for you. Sounded like.
I don't think that's how I sounded. I thought I was trying to help.
I think I'm sticking up for a lot of people out there. I feel like I actually negotiate all of these channels and streaming services better than the average person, at least the average person in my generation.
Ooh, I got a game for us. Someone needs to come in and we need to put them through a rigorous test of finding games on different channels and seeing who can do it faster.
I don't know how exciting that would be for the listening audience.
You can make anything
but
exciting.
I'm just saying this is how it is. I mean, Charles Barkley went on a huge diatribe all year about this whole thing. People don't know where the NBA games are. He's not wrong.
No.
Because you're right. We can look it up. We know how to look it up. We're more in tune with the sports world in a daily basis, going to all of these web pages and having this information. But a lot of casual fans aren't. A lot of casual fans don't really have the time to look, and they go to Padre TV because that's what they're used to. At Friday night at 7:00 or 6:30, and the game's not there. And their first thought is, where is it? And so they have to either, so that's what the risk that baseball and basketball and all these run by moving these games all over the place. But I think that's the way it is. I'm sticking up for the people that are less
smart.
They're just a less adept at this kind of thing than I am.
Adept is a better word than smart.
They're less adept. I didn't say smart.
Oh, man. But honestly, do you think a casual fan is tuning in to watch Sixers Celtics?
No, but a casual Padre.
Why you go to the NBA though?
Yeah, let's stay on baseball.
Okay, we can stay on baseball. Do you think a casual fan, in baseball more so, they're not watching those regular games?
I disagree with you. I think a casual Padre fan wants to see the Padres and Cardinals Friday night, and they're going to tune the game on their usual channel, and it's going to be on Apple TV, and it's not going to be something that they just immediately gravitate to look for it.
I agree with that. I mean,
they may have to then go online and do some research. For a lot of people, it'll be like, forget it. I'll get the score later.
I'll give you Apple TV. Games have been on Fox for
Saturday games you should be looking for Fox. I agree with that, Tony. Agree with that.
Friday, okay, listen. Apple TV, it's been around for a couple years. I get it. that one I'll give you a pass on. What's Thursday's game?
ESPN. So you can find that probably with a couple of channel flips. Yeah.
So listen, if you can get 3 out of the 4, you should be a happy camper. And if you really want to find the other one, I think you're gonna be all right for those who need to find all 4.
Well, you
got to be able to find those 3 or 4.
I'm going to look hard for the game Friday because I know Apple TV gives me the ability to watch the game with my home radio guys broadcasting. That feature is excellent.
That is a fantastic feature. And that's the only reason I really don't care about them moving the games all over the place, because radio is what I'm here for. And they are always here for you. They never move channels.
Yeah.
Ever.
We're never going anywhere. We're right there for you guys. Let's get to break. On the other side, we have a little sports potpourri.
Joe Mazzulla might be in the crosshairs.
He should be.
Socrates?
So he might as well be.
On the Fan.
When it comes to jazz music,
these things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Scraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. 4th hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch.
So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but I can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
These things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Scraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. 4th hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch.
So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but I can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
these things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Scraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch.
So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but I can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
All right, a little potpourri for you. Kicking off the week here on a Monday. Crisello, Tony Gwynn Jr. is in San Francisco. Padres Giants coming up tonight, 6:45. Pregame at 5:45. Sam Levitt will let us know about tonight's matchup. Randy Vasquez going for a fourth win. He has yet to lose one. Great start to the season for Vasquez, 2.94 ERA. Trevor McDonald with goose eggs up there to start for the Giants. Problem for the Giants, Trevor McDonald doesn't hit. They need some offense. We'll see if the Padres can keep them struggling. They lost all 6 of their road trip. Did the Gigantes. Not only that, Tony, I don't know if this matters, but they played at Tampa Bay yesterday. That's a long flight. That's about as far as you can go, isn't it? Just about.
I mean, how often do we hear, our folks talking about how we look after we come back from a long East Coast trip?
Yeah.
So it certainly could. Listen, don't get it twisted. The Rays are pretty good this year. You're looking at their record. They're a surprise team early on, and you came back from a long flight. You had a couple guys get ejected over this series too, from the Giants. They got a lot of issues. Let's hope the Padres can magnify those issues here.
The old
next 3 games.
Yes, agreed. NBA playoffs. First of all, a surprising note to me. I don't know if it was surprising to you today. I just saw this, Tony, but the source is saying that Ant-Man is expected to play tonight for Minnesota at San Antonio. Now, when he got hurt last week, they were saying 3-4 weeks. Apparently 9 days after he hyperextended his left knee, bone bruises. Sources saying, we'll see if Shams Charania is on it this time, but he's saying, his sources say Ant-Man will be in the lineup tonight. That is quite amazing. Obviously, I think Minnesota needs him against a really good San Antonio team.
I would chalk this up to being 24. I mean,
you don't think we could do that, huh? Yeah, right.
I know. If I had a bone bruise, there's no shot in me doing anything for months. He was coming back in a week.
Yeah.
But it's not a surprise. I mean, when you're 24, man, and you're like of his ilk athletically, these guys tend to heal up pretty quick. Good for Minnesota. They proven they can win a series against a good team without him. I think this gives them a ton of confidence. I only wish that their second round opponent, we could switch second round opponents. That's the only thing I wish.
You'd rather them play OKC and you get to play the Spurs?
Yes, I think that we have proven to play the Spurs tougher than what OKC has done.
Well, the Lakers start tomorrow night, which was something LeBron was quite happy about.
Thank you, Toronto.
It came about because of that shot RJ Barrett made on Friday night where the ball hit the heel of the rim, bounced 20 feet in the air, and fell through for a three-pointer Yeah, Kawhi shot to win the game and send it to a game 7 in that series. So that pushed the Lakers OKC series back to Tuesday. There was some crazy stuff on Friday night. So let's start there in the NBA, and then we'll work ourselves up to Joe Mazzulla's just disaster yesterday, one that people in Boston are calling for his firing. First of all, your Lakers just toyed with the Rockets in game 6, and they did it on defense. I keep reading that the Rockets are like, well, it's all KD's fault, and he was they're writing all kinds of stuff, and somehow this is Durant's fault that the Rockets season faded. Let me tell you something, at least what I could see, the Rockets needed Kevin Durant because without him, there really wasn't any weapons that you had to worry about. And the Lakers just played with a lot more energy on Friday night at the defensive end. Rockets could not score. And LeBron James is still 28 plus 7 plus 8 at the age of 41. So that was easy.
It was a masterful performance. I was so happy to see them come out and really apply. They seemed like the one that was trying to avoid elimination versus what Houston did. And to your point, Jabari Smith Jr. said after that game that he credited J.J. Redick a lot for the schemes and the way they did it, the overloading on one side of the floor. He clearly made it difficult, and he was able to do that the one game KD played as well, where I think KD had like 20 in the first half and then 2 in the second or something along those lines. So
apparently,
this was a good one for the Lakers.
Yeah, apparently Redick was paying attention when Mike Krzyzewski was teaching him all that stuff at Duke because he's applied a lot of it. Very smart.
How about that?
Very smart. But wasn't it Jabari Smith Jr. who said that the Rockets were clearly the better team than the Lakers? You can put that into the old forgettable quote category as the Lakers won. Now, the Pistons Magic game Friday night was probably unlike any game I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of games. Tony, you've seen your share. Yeah. When we left here, I don't know if you remember this, Graby, on Friday night, I pretty much gave up the season of the Pistons. They were facing elimination, and they were down 22 points at half.
You did, and I did not.
You did not. Oh, yeah. You had a lot of faith in them coming back. Sure you did. They outscored the Magic 55-19 in the second half. I don't think I've ever heard of anything like that. And one thing I know I've never heard of because it was a record, the Magic at one point missed 23 shots in a row. A professional basketball team. So that series turned around, and then the Pistons wrapped it up yesterday.
Yeah, that was that series. Orlando's already fired their head coach.
Yeah, they got rid of him today. Yeah.
I mean, listen, I thought Detroit was a better team. I thought they should have won this series. But Orlando kind of did some growing up, too. They did it without one of their better players who was hurt. And so, yeah, man, Detroit, the East is wide open to me. I mean, from Detroit, Cleveland, all the teams that got to second round, I could very easily see end up in the final. All of them, all 4 of them.
I think the team that people most think, though, is going to be there is the Knicks, and we'll see. Now, they finished their series with that 51-point win over the Hawks, which I still haven't been able to get, on Adam Klug's case enough about that, but I will. I haven't forgotten Adam. But the Sixers beat the Celtics Saturday. And Joe Mazzulla.
Don't sleep on the Celtics. Don't sleep on the Sixers now.
No, not the Sixers. No, Embiid is all that when he's playing, and he's also all that when you put a guard on him, which Joe Mazzulla did. Joe Mazzulla's strategy in that game Saturday has got people in Boston. You got to understand, they're pretty smart basketball people in Boston, right? The Celtics have been, doing this kind of stuff for a long time, and people have been watching Celtic basketball for a long time. Now, what happened was Jason Tatum was hurt, and that happened late in terms of up before game time. But Joe Mazzulla changed his starting lineup. He put 3 guys in the starting lineup that really hardly ever start. And he put them in there with Jaylen Brown and Derek White. And for whatever, he just felt that was the way the matchups needed to go. Well, Luke Garza, Ron Harper Jr., and Baylor Shireman, honestly, 3 guys I've hardly ever heard of, combined to score 0 points. Now, I don't remember any NBA game in history where 3 of the 5 starters couldn't score a single point. That, along with the fact that he strategically thought Jaylen Brown, who is a 6'4" or 5 guard, could single cover Joel Embiid. I don't even get how you could think that was going to work. And then it wasn't working, and I didn't see them change it. It looked like poor Jaylen Brown just was, getting back down and dunked on pretty much the entire game. Anyway, people in Boston said Joe Mazzulla should be fired despite all of the, recent success he's had. It was really weird, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't know what was in Joe Mazzulla's head, but it certainly gave off. I'm. You guys are zigging, I'm zagging. Like, it just was. I don't know. It was ridiculous. Here, before we get it, I want to let's listen to Joe Mazzulla's thoughts on this Game 7 loss.
Other side of that, and too many times, it's all about winning, but you have to surrender to the idea if you're gonna when you're going after that, you're gonna fail. And we've failed by not winning, but we stick to the process of being able to do that. But I think that's just kind of the duality of how things work. It's not an either or thing. It's both and you feel both of those things.
No,
other side.
I don't know.
I sort of understand where he's coming, because
I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying, but I don't want to hear that from you after you had Jaylen Brown on guarding Embiid, or you started 3 different dudes. Listen, the fact, and listen, I shouldn't say I'm not a fan of him. He's a big Celtics guy, so I tend to take everything he says with a grain of salt. But Bill Simmons pointed this out, who is quite beside himself as well, because the Celtics have lost, that they didn't play the same game that they've been playing. We're used to – he's basically made the claim that they tried to play like they played in 24 with the boatload of threes and just keep hoisting them up. They didn't get out. They slowed it down. Like, that's not a rest. Why in Game 7, even if Jason Tatum is hurt? Because, by the way, you played most of the season without Jason Tatum. So you knew what to do.
Mm-hmm.
You decide to change up everything that you do. It made no sense. It gave off a very, I'm smarter than you guys. Or, as Bill Simmons put, let's see what we have for the next round with these other guys in the rotation. And, boy, I tell you, there ain't going to be another round. You're going to be hearing this from the Boston folks for the rest of this summer. So have fun with that.
Yes, and let me just add, as a person who doesn't watch the Celtics much, but I want to kick them while they're down, they brought in a guy named Hugo Gonzalez. They brought in a guy named Jordan Walsh. They used a guy, Baylor Shireman. They used Luke Garza. These guys combined shot 0 for 10 from the three-point line. Sitting on the bench, if you want a big that can pick and pop, how about Nikola Vukovic? Have you ever seen this guy? You know what he can do, Tony. I know what he can do. He can shoot. They didn't use him at all. And maybe I missed something. Maybe he was just terrible as a Celtic after he went over there. But if that was going to be part of your strategy to stretch the floor and shoot threes with some of your big guys, how about a guy that's been an all-star doing that in his career? He just sat on the end of the bench, never played. So anyway, Celtics are gone. I'm not going to miss them.
Good riddance.
And every time I see Embiid play the way he plays, like he did the other day, because people are saying that might have been one of the best games I've ever seen him have, and I've seen him have a lot. But, of course, he'd have a good game. He was being guarded by a guard. All I can think of is that the Aztecs went into Kansas when he was there and beat them. I don't know how that happened now looking back. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. How did we do that? We did not have anybody of his ability on that team. But
yeah, he hadn't tapped into that ability yet. He was just kind of a defender at that point.
I think you're right.
That's a little different. I will say this: they showed some clips of, because remember the Celtics eliminated the Sixers last year in a late, I think it might have been a Game 7 or a Game 6, somewhere along this line, and they have a video of Tatum hitting like a kind of a backbreaker 3, and he's kind of looking down at his 3-finger salute, not the middle finger salute, but like kind of like showing off.
That's the 1-finger salute, right?
And Embiid is like staring a fire through this dude, and so it was ironic in some ways that he hit that 3 yesterday. And
he enjoyed it.
The calm down everybody deal. So it's funny. Sports is sport. This is why sports is great. There's always somebody being able to get their lick back at some point.
And that's why I try to remind people when you have the hammer, just go down the court. Stop driving the nail in because it may get you the next time. One last thing about that series. Boston Celtics in their proud history, 32-0 when they led 3-1.
Psych.
They're now 32-1.
Tony's enjoying this.
Oh, he loves it. That's why I'm bringing it up. I knew he would love it. One thing that I love this weekend that I know, many of you didn't watch, but I know we got a bunch of Del Mar people out there, and maybe you saw the highlight. It was one of the greatest Kentucky Derbies I've ever seen run. I understand that horse racing is kind of you either like it or you don't get it at all. But for a horse to be last with, I don't know, quarter of a mile to go and pass 17 horses and win that race in the last jump was incredible. It was a great race. And to boot, congrats to the first ever woman trainer to win the Kentucky Derby. It was pretty awesome. My wife absolutely hates horse racing for all of the reasons that people who don't like it, she thinks it's pretty cruel. She doesn't like the fact that the horses get whipped when they're running. There's a lot of things she doesn't like, and it's hard for me to even argue against
I didn't like
her.
it when that horse fell over.
There was a horse in the pregame. He reared up, is what they call it.
Yeah, he didn't just fall over. They don't call it falling over.
No, he reared up and he fell, and he was fine, fortunately. But yes, horse racing is dangerous for the horses, and maybe there are people. Look, I've been in this argument a million times. All I'm trying to do is break it down to if you enjoy the actual art of the race, that was an incredible race. And my wife can't stand horse racing. She refused to watch it, even though I told her that it was going to be amazing. But as she was going through her Instagram, she saw a split screen video of the horses running the stretch run with the trainer celebrating. My wife said she had tears in her eyes watching it. She couldn't help it.
It was pretty cool to watch.
It was pretty damn cool. So if you haven't seen that, look that up at least. But I didn't even see the horse. And I've watched a ton of horse racing over the years and covered it. I didn't even see the horse having a chance to win. And then when I saw the replay and realized where he came from to win, it really was spectacular.
Tony and I were at Petco watching separately, but it was up on the big scoreboard,
right?
And so it was kind of cool to get to see that whole thing on a huge, massive screen, and they had the sound and everything. So it was a good finish.
The winning horse did not get a call from the track announcer until it got to the finish line.
Really?
Because the track announcer didn't see him. There was no reason to call his name. He wasn't in the running, and then he just went crazy down the end. Anyway, it was fun for that part of it. Best thing that happened this weekend, though, was not that. This is the most amazing thing that happened this weekend. I got to look it up to be sure.
Oh.
Because I read it, and I cannot believe it. The Kenyan runner, April 25th, so it's a week old, so it didn't happen this weekend.
I saw this, yes.
Did you see this, Tony? The new record in the marathon is now under 2 hours.
Insane.
That is ridiculous. Ridiculous. But it didn't happen this weekend, so I take it back. It wasn't the best thing this weekend, but I learned about it this weekend.
Do you think I could walk 4 miles or 26 miles in less than 2 hours?
Wait, walk? No, you couldn't drive 26 miles in Los Angeles in less than 2 hours.
Let's say double it. Do you think I could walk 26 miles in 4 hours?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't think I could.
This guy won the London Marathon. Sebastian Sawe of Kenya, 1 hour, 59 minutes, 30 seconds. I don't think anybody who's ever run thought that they would live to see that day.
That's crazy.
That is ridiculous.
That is nuts.
Under 2 hours.
What is your what was your time again?
When I ran my one marathon, 4 hours and 50 minutes.
That's still pretty good.
I made it. That's pretty
still
good.
Pretty good. Tony,
Making
have you
it
ever
is
done
pretty
one?
good.
No.
Yeah.
Any 5Ks or anything like that?
No.
Oh.
No 5Ks even.
I ran a 5K and that's really easy.
I do short distance stuff. I don't do long distance stuff.
Tony just does
5K.
sprints.
So, yeah. Give me a basketball court. That's about long as your boy wants to go.
Oh, you know what? I was playing basketball over the weekend. I thought about Tony because someone blew by me, but their hamstring was okay.
It was intact. It must have been a slow mo there.
In a blow by, did they wave at you going by?
They're like, "See ya." That's all I got.
That's pretty funny.
That's all I got. But I did actually play basketball over the weekend. We need to get a basketball game.
You played basketball?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That seems like a strange activity for you.
No. It's very good exercise.
Where did you find people? You got to find people.
How's your shoulder getting the ball up over there?
It's fine.
Yeah.
The people would just pick up, and I walked over, and I was like, "Hey, you guys need another person?" And they're like, "Yeah."
And they
we'll
didn't say. And they didn't say no. Oh,
No.
they've invited you in to join.
No,
them.
I invited myself in.
You did, yeah.
But isn't that what you do with pickup basketball?
There's always that guy on the court in the
corner
in the corner park who says, "Yeah, I'm going to play," and you're like, "I really don't want this guy in playing with us," but you can't say anything.
That's gravy.
That's
I was blocking shots all over the place. I was blocking shots.
Okay, wait a minute. How old were the other three players? 8, 9?
No, they were probably like 18, 19.
Blowing by.
I was really tired after, but I was.
Right.
Some kid went up for a layup.
Can anybody stick a credit card up under your feet and when you jump?
Yes, I have a good enough vertical. When the guy went up for a layup, I came from behind. I was like, "No, get out of here!" And the ball went like all the way down the hill because I hit it so hard.
Would die if I heard you say no.
I was like, "Get out of here!" Boom.
That's hilarious.
I'm a great basketball player.
I want to see film. More Gwynn and Chris, hour number 2.
You film and you don't believe it.
No, I didn't believe that one. That was AI.
Yeah.
Hey.
Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right. Well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help, and there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Scraby. I'm going to have to restart Wide Orbit real quick. So goodbye, Wide Orbit. It's not even closing. I'm going to text Adam, and I'm going to say, "Adam, I tried to go to break, and the commercials did not play. And the program won't shut down." Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to do some Control-Alt-Delete over here. Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, I got it. Task Manager. It's not coming up. There it goes. Task Manager came up, everybody. I have no idea. I'm way too generous with my stroke giving. Never mind.
Are you really?
Never mind.
Wait.
I did not mean for that to happen. I did not.
That sounds like a promo to me.
Scraby's giving out strokes. I can't wait to hear that one. I'm going to laugh for a while on that one.
Nate says, "Scravy, maybe you should date her."
You might be a generous stroke giver, but I don't think she really wants to leave her boyfriend for that.
All right, that was good. In full disclosure, I'm reading this. Tony can't gather himself right now. That was a good one, Chris. That was a really good one. So I saw this at 7-Eleven, and I had to get it. It's called the One Chip Challenge. It was sitting there in the aisle, and I thought, why not? Because I am into spicy stuff. But this thing looks pretty hot. I'm not going to lie. It says a Reaper pepper and a Scorpion pepper. It's also in the shape of a coffin, which doesn't make me very happy about that. It doesn't make me feel good. Oh, extreme heat, it says. I'm going to try a little bit first, just so I don't die, I guess. That's the thing I'm saying. This looks... I don't even know if I should be eating this. It looks like it has mold or something, but let's see how hot it is. Let's go. There's a little bit of spice there. It's going. Oh, man. This is hot. It's not that bad, though. I still have this side to go. It is getting hot. I'm not gonna lie. My mouth is like getting crazy. Now it's kicking in. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish this. Honestly, it's getting serious. I gotta go with the milk. My mouth is dying right now. Yeah, this is not fun, guys. I'm never going to do that again because my mouth is on fire. Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right. Well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help, and there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Scraby. I'm going to have to restart Wide Orbit real quick. So goodbye, Wide Orbit. It's not even closing. I'm going to text Adam, and I'm going to say, Adam, I tried to go to break, and the commercials did not play. And the program won't shut down. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to do some Control-Alt-Delete over here. Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, I got it. Task Manager. It's not coming up. There it goes. Task Manager came up, everybody. I have no idea. I'm way too generous with my stroke giving. Never mind.
Are you really?
Never mind.
Wait.
I did not mean for that to happen. I did not.
That sounds like a promo to me.
Scraby's giving out strokes. I can't wait to hear that one. I'm going to laugh for a while on that one.
Nate says, Scravy, maybe you should date her.
You might be a generous stroke giver, but I don't think she really wants to leave her boyfriend for that.
All right, that was good. In full disclosure, I'm reading this. Tony can't gather himself right now. That was a good one, Chris. That was a really good one. So I saw this at 7-Eleven, and I had to get it. It's called the One Chip Challenge. It was sitting there in the aisle, and I thought, why not? Because I am into spicy stuff. But this thing looks pretty hot. I'm not going to lie. It says a Reaper pepper and a Scorpion pepper. It's also in the shape of a coffin, which doesn't make me very happy about that. It doesn't make me feel good. Oh, extreme heat, it says. I'm going to try a little bit first, just so I don't die, I guess. That's the thing I'm saying. This looks... I don't even know if I should be eating this. It looks like it has...
Hour we go, live from the Bill House Studios in San Diego, here at the Four Seasons Hotel in San Francisco.
Ooh.
Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Ello,
I'm going to start saying the name of the hotels I stay in. Chris Ello from the Comfort Suites in Fort Collins, Colorado.
Matt Scraby from the Red Roof Inn.
Exactly. I want people to understand what we're going through out on the road.
How far away is that from the stadium?
We walk. Well, Jesse and I walk.
Oh, that's a walk there.
Some of
Yeah, that's nice. Nice little walk there.
Some of the other broadcasters aren't as comfortable walking back, so they take the bus. So
it is.
We get back a little bit earlier.
I don't know how it is now, but when I was there, it was not the greatest neighborhood around the ballpark. The further you get away from the ballpark, so I don't know if they've made it better. Tony's not saying either way, so it's still a little dangerous. I think.
I'm just gonna. I mean, it's not that dangerous. I'm walking back. So,
that's true.
You know what I'm saying? I just leave it to let your imagination take you where it may go. There was some sad baseball news today, for sure. Why am I forgetting what I was going to talk about here?
John Sterling.
Remind me. Yes. Famed Yankees announcer passed away today. What was 87?
Got 87. Yeah, good for him. Yeah, it was 87.
John Sterling, obviously one of the biggest names, in New York history for sure. And he had some pretty unique calls. I think that's what kind of separated him from many of the other radio, voices. He had a very, very unique style. Some would say that if you weren't a Yankee fan, you may not have liked to hear his calls, but I, for one, appreciated him. He had some.
I did too.
He had some pretty funny moments, but he also had some. Obviously, being a Yankees broadcaster, had some pretty major moments. We have a few of those calls that Scraby has put together.
I always want to call this guy Bernie Wilson, but his name's not Bernie Wilson. It's
Bernie Williams.
Bernie Williams. Bernie Wilson's our friend from town. But here's John Sterling calling a big-time home run.
1-0 Seattle, bottom of the 8th. 1 out, no one on. Here's Bernie. It'll be a 3-2. Swung on and hit high in the air to deep right. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. Bernie goes boom. He drills a home run the short way in the right field seats. Burn, baby, burn. The ball game.
I love that.
It was good.
He always took like a play, like whoever the player was, and he had like a little saying that went along with each of the players. That one was "Burn, baby, burn" on that particular one.
Yeah,
but
I think
changed it up on you too.
You hadn't arrived as a Yankee until you got your name called, on a highlight of a John Sterling home run. So I think that was part of it. This guy called every Yankee game from 1989 to 2019.
Wow.
30 straight years. Yeah, every game. And he called over 5,000 Yankee games and part of 7 World Series. So, I mean, he goes down. I don't know if he's Hall of Fame, but, I mean, you got Hall of Fame broadcasters that were there. Phil Rizzuto before him and Mel Allen and, all the guys that, whose names will never be forgotten by Yankee fans. And I think that there's something that a radio guy, and Tony, you're now one of these guys. And Jesse, I mean, you become part of people's daily lives, whether that's what your intention is or not. And, maybe there's a little less of it today than back in the Vin Scully or whatever days, because there's so many different ways to, follow baseball. But, people, they spend a lot of time with you. And, I think the passing of John Sterling hits a lot of people, and especially in the New York area. And, I think go ahead.
He just officially retired, last year?
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. And
it wasn't that long ago.
But shouldn't be the way it is, right?
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, I think you're right. We don't, maybe because we're not either in our car or in our house, and now there's more. You don't have to be in those places to actually listen to the game or watch the game anymore. It may be a little less, but you're right. The thing, longer I do this, the more I realize how a part of, especially during the season, how part of we are to everybody's daily life. They hear our voice all the time, whether that's the show or whether that's the game. And I don't know that any of us got into it because we wanted to be a part of everyone's life, but it is a part of the job. And when you've done it, as long as John was able to do it, man, that's like generations on generations on generations that you have been a part of their everyday life. So of course it should be a sad day for many people, because that John was a part of their lives for so long.
We had a couple of funny ones that we wanted to throw in there.
Go with the Rick Camp first.
I think is the one that this is where I was first introduced to John Sterling, and this is even before he was a Yankee broadcaster, if you can believe that. He started.
I didn't know he was a Braves. Yeah. I didn't know he was a Braves until Scraby said that during the break.
Yeah, he was a Brave guy. And in the mid '80s, the Braves played the Mets one night, and one of the greatest, strangest baseball games of all time. It was played on 4th of July. In 1985, and the game was rain delayed 2 or 3 different times. And so it kept getting later and later and later. And they started playing at midnight and they stopped and they started at 1 a.m. And then it was 8-8 or something. And it went into the 12th inning and it was like never going to end. And everybody used every player. And finally the Mets got ahead by a run late. I don't know what inning this was. And the Braves had nobody to hit except for a relief pitcher named Rick Camp, who was exactly that, just a relief pitcher, never even swung a bat. And he came up with 2 outs and nobody on base with the Braves down a run at about 2 a.m. And this was John Sterling.
Now 2 outs and no one on. The Mets are waving their outfielders in. It'll be an 0-2 pitch. And he hits it to deep left. Heat goes back. It is gone. Holy cow. Oh, my goodness. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Rick Camp. Rick Camp. I don't believe it.
It's a real moment when someone can't find anything
Nobody
else
could
to
understand
say
that. Nobody could understand. I was watching that game in my living room because it was about 12 o'clock at West Coast time, and even I jumped off the couch. Nobody could believe that. Mets end up winning the game in like 15 innings, and it ended at 4 a.m, and the bottom postscript to that was they still had the fireworks show after the game.
Wow.
At like
4 in the morning?
Yeah, like 4:15 in the morning.
Man,
yeah.
You know what? Things were so much better back then.
It was a little crazy. You would have needed a noise permitted back in those days.
Now you can't do it unless it's like 9 a.m.
Be something wrong with it. And here was one more funny John Sterling, and this is not to poke fun at him because he was okay at the end of this.
This was the recent one, huh?
But this is pretty recent. He gets hit by a foul ball in the booth calling the game, and you hear him say, "Ow!" Listen to this.
Now the 3-2 swung on, a pop foul back here. Ow! Ow!
Poor guy.
Ow. It really hit me. I didn't know it was coming back that far. And Holmes ready to deal. A ground ball to third.
Wait, let me go back
3-2 swung on, a pop foul back here. Ow!
Okay.
I'm sorry to laugh at the guy.
You're rubbing it in now.
I'm sorry to laugh at the guy, but the ball just absolutely destroys him.
Off him. Do you have one that's his final call of a game when they win? Because that's really the all-time signature call, I think. Yeah,
Yankees win.
Yeah, even if you don't like the Yankees, you almost have to smile when you heard him do one of these. It was just, something about it. I thought. Do you have one, Scrape?
Yes,
Right.
There's like 10 million of them, so here's one of them.
All right.
Deal 1-0. Swung on there. It's a fly ball to deep right center. Trout goes back. He's there to make the catch. Here comes Kiner-Falefa. He scores. Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
Yeah.
There you go.
What a career. I mean, look, we can only hope, Tony, as, broadcasters to a certain extent ourselves, that something happens that you're able to find a couple of our clips somewhere and play them for everybody. That's a pretty good tribute to the guy.
I think Tony's is going to be woo.
Tony's will be woo.
Like,
he's got more to say than that.
I know.
Tony's is going to be, if it's high, let it fly. If it's low, you got to let it go. That's Tony's stuff. He's on that.
I hope I'm not remembered by that one.
No, I know. John Sterling, we're not even in New York, and we're giving the guys time. I think most people listening are, kind of enjoying hearing some of his calls. So
yeah, for sure.
All the best to John Sterling. 87 is not bad, and you hit it right on the head, Tony. He didn't quit till last year, retire. I hope that's how we all get to do it. Take us right up, and then give us 6 weeks to travel, and then it'll be good. I'm good.
Turn the lights off.
Turn the lights off.
Yeah, let's get to break. I have to roll. Bus is about to head out here.
Yes, sir.
I always want to call it Pac Bell, but it's Oracle now, right?
Man, Pac Bell goes way back. Goes way back.
Tony's headed down to Candlestick Park football game tonight. Down there.
You guys, I will be back for a Big Five and Padres Pen Pal as well. So check you guys later.
All right, Tone.
All right. Back with the Daily Gambit.
From the 855, get.
All right, it's time for the Beaver Nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have like 100. They went to one with like 100 gas pumps, which is a lot, I guess. But while we were talking about this, Sam Levitt was in New York listening, and he goes, put me on. And so we put him on, and he's talking about how much he loves Buc-ee's. And so we got into the conversation, and it ended up being about the Beaver Nuggets. And so I had to order them because I find the name Beaver Nuggets very gross. I find it gross. But we're going to go with this. It's kind of like a Cheeto / a corn pop.
It's like a cheese doodle.
A cheese doodle. And we're going to eat them right now. I don't think these are bad, but here we go. I like it. It tastes like a corn pop.
I was just saying it tastes like a waffle, really.
It does kind of taste like a waffle. You know what? I'm in. These are good.
Yeah, I'm not.
You want another one?
No, I don't want another one. But yeah, I mean, it tastes like a waffle. Like a waffle with syrup on it.
It's pretty good. I gotta say. I'm not hating these at all. Actually, they're very good. I like this. The waffle is a perfect explanation. If you've ever had, I'm sorry, I'm talking on the microphone with food in my mouth. But if you've ever had a, what is it? A Lay's potato chip that's waffle flavor. It's kind of like that. Sad Fryer says, are they cheesy? No, they're not cheesy at all, actually. They're sweet.
No, it's like a hard waffle with syrup on it. With dried encrusted syrup on it.
Now, I don't exactly know what the puff is. It could be just fake something.
Most likely. I mean,
it's like caramel a little bit too. All right, I gotta stop eating these because I will eat the whole bag. I love these things. I'm gonna leave them here though because I will eat this if I go home. It's just gonna be a bunch of beaver nuggets in my bed as I sleepwalk or something like that. All right, it's time for the beaver nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have like 100. They went to one with like 100 gas pumps, which is a lot, I guess. But while we were talking about this, Sam Levitt was in New York listening, and he goes, put me on. And so we put him on, and he's talking about how much he loves Buc-ee's. And so we got into the conversation, and it ended up being about the beaver nuggets. And so I had to order them, because I find the name beaver nuggets very gross. I find it gross. But we're going to go with this. It's kind of like a Cheeto / a corn pop.
It's like a cheese doodle.
A cheese doodle. And we're going to eat them right now. I don't think these are bad, but here we go. I like it. It tastes like a corn pop.
I was going to say it tastes like a waffle, really.
It does kind of taste like a waffle. You know what? I'm in. These are good.
Yeah, I'm not.
You want another one?
No, I don't want another one. But yeah, I mean, it tastes like a waffle, like a waffle with syrup on it.
It's pretty good. I gotta say. I'm not hating these at all. Actually, they're very good. I like this. The waffle is a perfect explanation. If you've ever had, I'm sorry, I'm talking on the microphone with food in my mouth. But if you've ever had a what is it? A Lay's potato chip that's waffle flavor. It's kind of like that. Sad Fryer says, "Are they cheesy?" No, they're not cheesy at all. Actually, they're sweet.
No, it's like a hard waffle with syrup on it, with dried encrusted syrup on it.
Now I don't exactly know what the puff is. It could be just fake something.
Most likely. I mean,
it's like caramel a little bit too. All right, I gotta stop eating these because I will eat the whole bag. I love these things. I'm gonna leave them here though because I will eat this if I go home. It's just gonna be a bunch of beaver nuggets in my bed as I sleepwalk or something like that. All right, it's time for the beaver nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center.
All right, welcome back. 3:17 the time. Thoughts again with everybody connected. The Yankee family and John Sterling's passing. You really should, if you're a baseball historian or anything like that, you should look up that game on July 4th, 1985. It ended up going 19 innings with the Mets beating the Braves in the end, 16-13. That in itself sounds like a most amazing game. The fact that it ended at 4 a.m. and was kept alive by Rick Camp's home run in the bottom of the 18th inning after everything else that had happened before it does certify it as one of the craziest baseball games ever played.
Kirk Kenny texted me with some more information about the fireworks that happened after the show.
There were fireworks.
Apparently, when it ended, people were not aware that the fireworks
Yes,
were
they
from
were
the baseball
worried.
game. They started calling the police.
Yeah, right. Because it was 4 a.m. and the whole city started exploding with fireworks.
And everybody's like, what is happening? No one knew the baseball game was still happening.
Sure, yeah. No, it was something to remember for sure. All right, Gwynn and Chris and Tony will be back with us soon as he heads over to the ballpark. Padres Giants tonight. Right now, a little daily gambito.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo! If you answered yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in The Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. I'm just looking up at the TV, and the Tigers and the Red Sox just started playing. What kind of game starts at 6:15 on a Monday?
I don't know. The Rockies and Mets, maybe they're just trying to get this out of the way. But They started at 2:40 this afternoon in Denver.
That is sure why. So strange.
Not sure why, yeah.
We're broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios where we know how. Last week we made some bets on Friday. Rockets and Lakers. Rockets minus 3.5. We both went Lakers. Lakers won 98-78.
Clinched the series.
Yes. Cleveland minus 4.5 at Toronto Friday night. You went Toronto. I went Cleveland. Toronto won 112-110, so you win that one.
On a miracle shot by R.J. Barrett.
Detroit minus 3.5 at Orlando on Friday. You went Orlando. I went Detroit. Detroit won 93-79.
Can you imagine having Orlando +3 and leading by 22 at halftime? You're like spending your money.
Yeah, you're already buying stuff.
Yeah.
You're already telling your friends you want a big bet.
And not only did you lose, you lost by a lot.
Yes.
Wasn't even close.
Then which game had more points combined, the Cleveland-Toronto game or the Lakers-Houston? We both went Lakers-Houston, but Cleveland-Toronto went 222 total points, minus their 14 on the spread, 208. Lakers-Houston, 176, so not close.
Not even close.
Austin Reeves over under 25 points. You went over, I went under. He had 15. Padres minus 1.5 against the White Sox Friday night. Both of us went White Sox, not thinking that they were going to win 8-2.
Yeah, we didn't. We weren't willing to wager on Herman Marquez.
Yeah.
Giving a run and a half.
He gave up 7 runs.
Wasn't his best outing. They didn't help him, though. That play Fernando made wasn't a bad play. Remember when he tried to turn the double play, but he threw home and he threw the ball away?
Yes.
It wasn't a bad thought, but it was really such a tough thing to execute. And he didn't execute it. And with that led to a couple of extra runs in that inning and then the 3-run homer. The inning could have been different. I'm not blaming it Fernando. I'm saying that's the Fernando we get. He's kind of a swashbuckler, and he went for the big play there, and he didn't get it.
How much conversation did they have, like, on situational stuff? Like, that's kind of a Fernando sees it, throws it type of thing.
Well, it's a reaction, right? He sees the guy get a slow start at third, and he goes, I can get him at the plate. And he tried, and he just airmailed it. All I'm saying is if they turn a regular double play there, the inning probably ends with 1 run. Yeah. Instead, it's 6 runs. So that's just how it goes with Fernando. You get it. He giveth, he can taketh away sometimes.
I like him playing second base periodically, but in right field, he is so good. They cannot remove him from right field for more than a couple games.
Well, Jake's going to have to start getting a hit, though.
He does.
Otherwise, Fernando's going to be playing second a lot more.
Yeah. Mackenzie Gore over under 5.5 Ks. You went under, I went over. He had 3. So you win that one. Herman Marquez over under 5 1/3 innings pitched. You went under, I went over. He went 5.
Yeah.
Cleveland at the A's. The A's were minus 1.5 on the run line. You went A's, I went Cleve. Cleve won 8-5.
A's were in first place at the time.
Yes. And then Vegas and Mammoth. I forget the spread, but it wasn't enough.
Vegas wrapped that up.
Yeah, we both picked Mammoth. Knights won 5-1.
All right. Speaking of Vegas, we'll start with them tonight. They host the Ducks in Game 1 of the Western semifinals. Las Vegas.
Sorry, Charles says Jake is approaching a point where trading him might be the best option for us. Who's going to trade for him with the contract? Like, you got to think, what other team out there, unless you're willing to just put him on waivers?
Right now, Jake is not exactly a a diamond in the rough that anybody's, being drawn to.
People are going to hate this, but in my opinion, he's just going to be thrown out there all year long.
No, he won't.
You don't think you think there will be a point where they bench him?
Yeah,
okay.
I do. Right. I mean, it's baseball. You can't hit 149. You can do it through May. You get into June, there's gonna have to be some serious discussions. I don't want it to get to that, but they'll have to. You can't do that.
Here's my question before I try to trade someone.
We're going to say this the last time. We love this guy, so it's hard to hear and say all this stuff, but it's a production business, so you have to produce.
Whenever I think about it, is this guy going to get traded? I think, what team would trade for him? And that's how I go from there. And
it's hard to imagine somebody wanting to pick up his contract. I did see some, and I'm just going to say idiotic rumor today that the Mets were interested in Jake plus a bunch of other people.
We're doing this again
for Francisco Lindor. So if that happens, you heard it here first, but that's the dumbest thing I've heard of in a while.
Francisco Lindor's not even doing that well right now. And he's hurt.
Well, maybe this is the time to get him.
All right.
All right. Vegas 1.5 over the Ducks. Game 1 tonight. The Ducks got there to the Western semis. Vegas, the favorites, of course. I'm going to take the Ducks. I believe in Joel Quenneville. I stay with that. Interesting, the coach of Vegas is John Tortorella. These are two long-time, really successful NHL coaches that have taken over, younger teams and are really doing good things with them.
I'll go with Ducks as well.
Ducks and Ducks.
Quack, quack.
All right, Knicks 7.5 over the Sixers. Knicks are coming off the 51-point thing, so it looks like they're a machine, but we know they're not. They just happen to be that game. I think Philadelphia rides the momentum of the Boston series into game 1 tonight.
I was just going to say, I agree.
All right, taking the Sixers plus the points. Spurs are 9.5 over Minnesota. You got Wemby, you're at home. Ant-Man's supposed to play. That's incredible after 9 days of the bone bruise and the hyperextended knee. Game 1, who do you like? Spurs at home, given a lot.
I got to go Spurs.
Gonna still go Spurs. I don't like picking all underdogs, but I like Minnesota's experience in this spot. I'm going to take them. Spurs are really talented, but they haven't been to this level in a while. Joel Embiid or Brunson? Straight up. More points.
Am I first?
Yeah, you can go first. There's a hard one.
I just don't. I should believe in Joel Embiid, but I don't. I'm going Brunson. There is the factor or the fact that Joel Embiid could leave the game at any moment for an injury.
I'm going to take Brunson as well. He's at home. He also handles the ball.
True.
Embiid has to have somebody give it to him. And I don't think Embiid's going to be guarded by like a guy who's 4'9", like the Celtics put on him the other day. I still can't get over that stupid strategy. Wemby 3 points over Ant-Man tonight. You got to take Wemby until we see Ant-Man play.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Wemby. Padres Giants. This seems like a gimme, and that's why it's probably not. These are two teams that can't hit, playing in a ballpark that doesn't give up any runs, and the over/under is 8. Are you going to fall for it? Are you going to bet against the grain here?
Yeah, I'm going to go under.
The Giants just went 0-6, did not homer once. They're last in homers and steals. That's hard to be the worst in baseball at both of those things.
That's some torturous baseball they're playing right now.
They are bad. And we know the Padres haven't been hitting. You got to go under, right?
Yeah.
8 runs.
I mean, they do have a new pitcher on the
McDonald,
mound.
Yeah. But like I said earlier, you could bring up Tim Lincecum. Can't hit. Well, actually, Lincecum could probably hit better than a lot of guys the Giants have. Vasquez, 5 1/3 is over. 5 is under. He should be able to go 6 innings without even warming up. I'll take Vasquez over.
Yeah, I'll go over.
Over. We have one of the best pitchers in baseball pitching tonight. Who would have guessed that pitcher would be Jose Soriano of the Halos? He in the 0.84 ERA, playing the White Sox tonight in Chicago. Soriano, 6.5 strikeouts. Over or under? This guy's 5-1 with a 0.84. Struck out 49 in 42 innings. Scraby. Or no, I think I'm first. No, you're first. Jose Soriano. I don't know if he's the best pitcher in baseball. You know, I saw Chris Sale went to 6-1 yesterday.
Wow.
He's already got 6 wins.
I'll go over.
Saw the White Sox here. I was impressed with the old pale hose. They played pretty well here.
I said it before the series. I said I was really worried about them.
I'm gonna go.
I got laughed at.
I don't think I laughed at you.
No, it wasn't you.
Somebody else laughed at you. I was concerned, but I was also concerned because the Padres don't seem to, do their best against the likes of the White Sox.
I just feel like the White Sox have less pressure. It just looked like they had less pressure. They were swinging freer.
Well, their power guys came up and hit some home runs.
I mean, Murakami, outside of Friday, he was pretty much kept in check.
Yeah, but they Montgomery homered. Drew Romo. It's another name. You know where Drew Romo was with the Rockies for like 2 years? He couldn't hit the ball out of the infield. They finally had to release him. Then he gets to the White Sox, and I think it was last week he homered from both sides of the plate in one game. And then he homers again. Was it yesterday or the day before?
There's some random ones out there.
Things happen like that, and you're like, where did that come from?
Like, is it Ildemaro Vargas? His hitting streak did end, but he had like a 27-game hitting streak.
Got to 27 in a row. I mean, we're talking about a lifetime 240 hitter.
Are you going
no
over
sense.
or under?
I'm sorry, I went over, and I'm just stalling till the end of the segment. More Gwynn and Chris is coming up with Padres Pen Pals. We got a ball club. You got questions about it, and we are supposedly the experts. We'll let you know when we come back.
Ben and Woods.
We got our Padre pen pals coming up. Holding off here for a minute till Tony gets set up. And he's at, he thinks he's going to Candlestick, but he's not.
I hope he's not going to Candlestick because it's not there anymore.
It's not even there?
It's
what's
not
there?
Apartments.
Oh, Candlestick Apartments.
Yes. Yeah.
Is that really what's there?
Huh? Yeah. No, they completely leveled that place. I spent a lot of my childhood in that stadium watching games.
Yeah, I would think, man. 49ers played there. Giants played there.
I got to say, though, the last time I ever went there, I felt like I was going to fall through the railing because it was so rusted. It was terrible shape.
Remember they used to give out buttons if you stayed for an extra inning game?
Yes.
Because it was so cold.
It was cold.
And then it got to the point where people kind of wore those buttons as badges of honor.
Oh, yeah.
But it was so freezing out on Candlestick Point. But there was a lot of, magical things that happened there. I mean, come on. Montana and the whole thing started there. And, Willie Mays play. There was a lot that happened at Candlestick Park back in the day.
And the Beatles came there one time, and it just got flattened.
Well, it's no longer there. Too bad. All right. Progress, I guess is what they call it.
Sure. I mean, they did move into a nice stadium that's downtown.
Sure.
You could see the bridge from it. It's nice.
Doesn't have the same.
No.
Wasn't Candlestick where they were when the earthquake hit?
Yes.
Yeah, they were there.
Yep.
Held up okay that night. There was a cracker. There was a shake or two, but it hung in there.
Shake or two.
Well, everything shook that night.
I've said this before, but I still remember that earthquake. I was 4 years old. And it was so crazy and scary that I still remember my uncle grabbing me and running to a doorway.
It was so frightening to me, even living in Los Angeles, that 5 days after that, I just said I couldn't be single anymore.
And you got married?
Yeah. Our wedding
5 days after.
Yeah, our wedding was 5 days after the earthquake.
Oh, did you think for a second, like, maybe this is a bad omen?
It was a sign. Somebody was trying to get my attention.
I guess it would have been bad omen if your, wedding venue was destroyed or something.
Yeah, that did not happen. But that's, if you ever want to know when I got married, that's about that's the era I got married.
That's crazy.
It's a while ago. All right, let's get to, before we get to this I shouldn't even do it, but because it seems like it's salacious, so I don't mean it to be, but it's going to sound salacious. There's nothing else I can do. What gets me is the lying that continues to happen and how people we all, try to believe it on the surface until we actually find out the truth.
Okay.
And we had a Nebraska women's basketball player who filed a civil lawsuit in U.S. District Court describing how one of the assistant coaches they had a sexual relationship and that she felt she kind of had to do it because he was her superior and he, held sway over her playing time and all of these things. And of course, this assistant coach up one side, down the other from April of 2024 when this happened till May of 2026 for 2 years. How ridiculous this was and how absurd it was and how, and it's just funny how
so the coach was saying this.
Right. The coach was saying there's just no way this ever happened. And it's just interesting to me how sure these liars are because there's nothing other than her word really that can, prove anything. Well, evidently they proved enough. And now he's finally come out and alleged that, yes, it was true.
Oh, wait. So after years, he finally admitted to it?
I don't know. He, if he admitted, yes, he acknowledged.
What's his name?
Chuck Love is his name. I don't want to bring her name. If you want to look it up, you can. She played in Nebraska a while ago. But he acknowledged that, yes, he did. I guess there was some sort of plea agreement there at the end. My bottom line, though, if you're in court and you say you didn't do something, and then we find out you did it, isn't that a crime as well? I guess I don't know the law system. I thought that was called perjury.
Yeah, you're not allowed to lie under oath.
Yes, so he was, he was there. He was asked, oh, no, nothing, none of this happened.
That's weird.
Apparently it did.
That is weird.
That's kind of what bothers me about it. I don't mean to bring it up. If it wasn't a relationship like that, even if it had been something different, I would have brought this up because of the lying aspect of it is what
I don't get from these guys is like, do you really think that you're never going to get caught?
I think they do.
It's a huge no-no to date or have a relationship with your players. Like, that's not even a question.
Yeah, and I'm not ever going to knock, the young lady or the people that were, on her side who filed the lawsuit. But I will but I will say that I'm not a fan of signing the lawsuit and blaming it on the university for not setting ground rules. Like, do you really?
Do they never have a rule that says you can't date players?
My point, I don't know. Does the university have to come up and actually put it on the wall somewhere?
These days, yes.
Don't have sex with the players,
Yes.
So
Yes,
seems like you should kind of know that one going in, but you have to sue the school because if you only sue the coach, he's only got so much money. So that's how all that stuff works. Anyway, hopefully that's the end of a sordid situation that for the last couple of years has kind of hovered over the Nebraska women's program. All right, check traffic, and then we'll answer some Padre questions for you.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
The 5 South in San Diego slow from Washington onto the 54. I've also got delays on the 15 northbound to the 94 east, slow on the 805 south to Logan. I'm Tiffany Wickstrom, San Diego traffic.
This update is brought to you by Creative Repipe. Don't wait until that water leak in your home becomes a flood. Call Creative Repipe for whole house repipes. Get a 20% discount plus a lifetime warranty. Free estimates with financing available. Visit creativerepipe.com. That's creativerepipe.com.
It's time to ask the experts, Padres fans.
I was hoping maybe you can bring a little insight into it.
Write us, tweet us, Facebook us, send a carrier pigeon for Chris. He thinks they're cute. Padres Pen Pals begins.
Hurt the pelota big time.
Now on 97.3 The Fan.
If you love Mediterranean food, try Spiros for authentic Mediterranean cuisine in Coronado or La Jolla. For dining or takeout options, visit spiroscuisine.com. We have 3 today. I think they're actually, none of them are really angry or anything like that, so that's kind of nice. But here's the first one. As an old school baseball fan, I value playing as many games as possible, believing in the importance of rhythm, even if I can picture Tony rolling his ideas at that idea right this very moment. With Craig Stammen and the rest of the staff giving players seemingly random days off, I have to wonder, does this sporadic rest schedule actually disrupt the team's rhythm, Tony?
Why do you ask him these things?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, you didn't ask him. Somebody else did. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it sounded like Scraby wrote that when he threw the eye roll thing in there. Like, come on, bro. That's
okay. I did throw that part in there, but the actual okay. Because I told the person when they messaged me this, I said Tony is going to roll his eyes. So
yeah,
that is ridiculous.
I might even roll my eyes too. So just so you know,
no, I don't think so. Listen, I think it would be just short-term memory loss, maybe, for this individual if we're going to pretend that there weren't a whole bunch of guys playing every day, all day last year when they were available, a la Manny Machado, and then maybe some felt like he didn't have any more gas at the end of the year. And so this isn't, to me, this is more of a new thing than it is an old thing with Padre players now getting these random day offs. It seemed like if you were an everyday dude, you wasn't really getting these off days as often. So I'm open to try new things. This is new to me in terms of Manny and Toddy. Like, it was different when Toddy was hurt. He's been pretty healthy over the last couple of seasons. So I think this is new. I'm open to trying. If we get to like June, July, and it's not bearing any fruit, okay, maybe we can have a different conversation. But I'm open to it. Stam and those guys think it's helpful. Let's ride with it.
Chris, are your eyes rolling into the back of your head as well?
Well, I don't know. Did sitting Fernando out yesterday throw them off their game? I think they won the game.
They did.
Okay, so I don't get the question. Like,
I get the question.
What the question is that are they going to go out of rhythm if they miss a game? Like, Fernando's now out of rhythm for a while. Manny was out of rhythm because he missed.
Fernando was already out of rhythm, so
I don't know.
Maybe this is kickstarting him back into rhythm.
Here's what I would like to see. If you want to go old school, I'll tell you what I feel is more old school than sitting a game out and resting. Because I don't have a problem with taking a day off especially in a 162-game world like this. It is different. There's just more stress. There's more travel. There's more late nights than there was. I mean, I know that we say, Garvey and Say and, Pete Rose and those guys played all the games. This travel was a lot easier, man. You played almost every game in your division. You made one trip east, et cetera. It's different now. You go all over the country. So I don't mind a day off. What I mind, honestly, though, is, and this is going to sound like a shot at Manny, and it's going to sound like a shot at Fernando, and if you feel that it is, then so be it. I honestly would like to see everybody run out of ground ball hard. I know that I'm asking for a miracle here, but to me, 4 times a game running down the first base line, and, I don't want you to tear a muscle either, but this half-butt jog down the line bugs me, and it always has, and I'll always feel that way as an old-school guy.
Half-butt jog?
Well, all right, half-ass jog. How's that?
Okay, I didn't know that's what you were talking about.
I know we're all too cool for school now. We just are, and I'd like to see more Nico Horners who hit a fly ball to left field, and when the ball's caught, they're standing on second base, and then they run back to the dugout.
We'll see how Nico feels in 5 years.
How about when Nico popped up and that ball landed in the sun, and he was on first base on that one?
He should have run it out
because he saw other Cadillacers.
He saw other Cadillacers.
He should have been at second. You're right, Tony. You're right.
Okay. All right. I think that's it. So I will just move on to the next one. This one about Adrian Morejon. He made his 200th appearance for the Padres over the weekend, and I go back to something Scraby said when he filled in for Braden last week. He said we should enjoy Adrian Morejon for the rest of the year because he hits free agency after this one. He's likely going to be a closer for another team. And Scraby said it like it was a done deal. So, Chris, you're first. Do you think this is the last year Adrian Morejon spends with the Padres? At least for now. We're not counting out like 10 years from now he comes back to the team.
Okay. If he keeps throwing fastballs down the middle on 0-2, he ain't going to make it to the end of this season as a Padre. I'll be honest with you. That was a terrible pitch yesterday, and he knew it. There's a chance, I would say, that he's certainly got closer stuff. I mean, he's got to get closer's ability, though. I don't see that right now. So I'm not throwing the bag at him at the moment. This is a hard one because he's going to be pitching mostly the 6th and 7th inning this year. I don't see that changing. And so another team's going to have to take a look at that and extrapolate that and say, no, I think he's our 9th inning guy based on his fastball. Based on his location, he's not going to be anybody's 9th inning guy. He's got to get back to, spotting his fastball and commanding it like he did last year. And then we can worry about that. That's what I see. I don't see a guy who's a closer the way he's pitching at the moment, but I can see why the question came up because last year he kind of seemed to have that possibility.
Tony, do you think this is the last year for Adrian Morejon with the Padres?
I don't know. Maybe he's a free agent to be, and he signs elsewhere. I think he's going to have a chance to be a closer somewhere. I have no doubt about that. Maybe he ends up, maybe the Padres are able to work something out and he returns to be a part of a really, really good bullpen. But it's hard to keep free agents that are bullpen guys because especially a guy like Adrian, he has the potential to be a closer. And so he could probably get some good money on the open market. I think it's easy to cast doubt on it right now because he's going through a little rough patch, and he didn't have really a rough patch at all last year, but this is kind of normal, and I think he'll get back on his groove and be dominant once again, and it only enhances his chances of not coming back, I would say.
What do we know about closing, though? Robert Suarez went to another team, and at the beginning of the year was not deemed a
That's
closer.
true, Raisel Iglesias was.
It's weird, but yeah, closers – other than Mason Miller and, I don't know, 2 or 3 other guys now, it's becoming very fluid with closers around baseball.
I think what we see with Suarez is the same thing we saw with Mason Miller last year. They didn't just take Suarez out of the closing spot. Somebody was there who was already kind of established. Iglesias was there already established. Now he's hurt. Now, whether he gets that job back when he returns based on how Suarez is done, that's a different question.
All right. Let's go to our final.
Can you tell him a little bitter about the 0-2 fastball in the middle of the plate?
Yes, I am. I can tell a little bitter.
A little bitter.
Last one. My friend is a Padres doomer, and most of the time I like to make fun of him for his doomer ways. But he has one thing right. This team will not win the World Series if they wait until the 7th, 8th, or 9th inning every game to do their scoring. So Chris is up first. Is this late scoring skill or luck?
I don't know. Isn't everything a little bit of luck?
Yeah.
From the first inning on?
Yeah.
They're hitting the ball.
But they're making it a pattern at this point.
My point is they're hitting the ball in the first inning and in the second inning. Seems to be, for whatever reason right now, in the 7th and the 8th and the 9th inning, the ball's falling in, whereas the first 6 innings, it doesn't. So it's hard for me to determine what's luck and what's not. I think you just keep going to having good at-bats. And I think that, for lack of a better term, I think things even out a little bit. I'll not bring water into this discussion longer, but I think this is going to even out to a certain extent. I don't think they're going to do all their scoring in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. But I do think that the comebacks are going to serve them well going down the stretch because I think they're going to have confidence going into late innings of close games. I don't think that can be a bad thing. So they've ridden that to a lot of wins this year. So the confidence can take you a certain ways. But I will disagree with the premise of the question. If they keep outscoring their opponent in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning of almost every game and all season long, I think that is a good way to win the World Series, honestly.
I would much rather do all my scoring late than
they
early.
could win a lot of
and
games that way. I mean, it would be heart-stopping for all of us to watch it, but
the first 6 innings is pretty hard for us to watch, but the last 3 are great.
They're going to win at the end. I don't care how they get there.
Tony, is this skill or luck, the late scoring?
I think it's skill. I don't think it's coincidence that they have done that late innings. If you watch the whole game, you can see their at-bats getting better as the game goes on. So I think that is a skill, and I also agree with Chris that it's going to serve them well. If they are able to get into the postseason and the playoffs. They've done this so many times.
Most games in the postseason are decided in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. So let's win those.
I agree. All right, that's it for Padres Pen Pals.
You've been off the whole time because the computer YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
cameras
sorry to everybody who's watching on YouTube, but Chris's camera thing, I don't know why it's not working, and it's really bothering me.
Yes, it is. And it's rubbing off on me here in the studio.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. Okay. You're making me uncomfortable because you're all over the place right now.
You should just pulling the studio.
You're pulling whatever hair you have left out.
You should just leave the studio then for the rest of today.
Very possible I will.
Sit outside and watch. All right. That is it.
Sit outside and watch.
For Padres Pen Pals. You know that Sam, in about an hour and a half, is going to be standing outside the window staring at us like he does creepily every time we have an away game.
Give me a microphone that it stretches out into the hall. Creepily. I'll be happy to sit out there.
He does. Isn't it creepy, Chris? He just stands there in the window until somebody recognizes him.
He does tend to do that, T. Yeah, he doesn't just sit quietly and wait his turn.
All right, Chris versus the fans. On the other side, we have a new prize for this month, so we'll tell you about that as well. 833-288-0973.
It's not big bank banking. It's better. I'm just getting a head start on Alden Gonzalez, who's going to be on the show tomorrow to talk some baseball.
Yes, you will.
Gwynn and Chris here from the Bill House Studios. We know how. Tony Gwynn Jr. up at at Candlestick Park, otherwise known as Oracle.
Might as well just call it Kezar Stadium at this point if we're just going through names.
Kezar Stadium. Good job.
Thank you. I drove by it every single day on my way to school.
Is that still there, or has that been?
It's kind of still there. It's not like no one uses it or anything, but you can walk around it.
It was condemned, I think.
Kezar Stadium is where the 49ers played before
Candlestick Park. You're very good. The history of ballparks and stadiums, I think, is of interest to many people.
I'm interested.
I will say this: I've been to Brooklyn before, and I've driven to the corner where Ebbets Field is, and it really stinks. I wish there was still Ebbets Field there. I know it's never obviously alive for Ebbets Field, but it'd be a great piece of American history if it was still there.
I'm with you.
The fact that there's just a bunch of apartments there, it's like, wait, they kind of, What?
I'm with you. It's just as a problem that stadiums take up so much room.
They take up some room.
I mean, can you ever imagine the Red Sox or Cubs moving out of their places, Fenway and Wrigley?
But
if everybody did, would they keep those stadiums?
I don't know if everybody else had the same places. The Phillies used to play in a thing called Shibe Park. The Cardinals had Sportsman's Park. The Pirates had Forbes Field, which I believe the one thing I will say about Forbes Field. It's where Bill Mazeroski hit the famous walk-off home run in the bottom of the 10th of Game 7 of the World Series, the only one ever hit to win a World Series. And I believe, because it's very close to the edge of the University of Pittsburgh campus where Forbes Field was, and I believe there's a marker there, at least, where he hit the home run or where home plate was or something. I don't know about the other facilities that I named.
Do you want to try hitting a homer out of center field in Forbes Field? Good luck.
It was way out there.
457 feet.
It wasn't further than the Polo Grounds.
No, but still.
The Polo Grounds, I think, where Willie Mays caught that ball in the World Series, he was like 600 feet from home plate. Like, what was he doing out there?
It's also like the Tigers' old stadium was
Tiger Stadium.
Center field.
Crosley Field in Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah. I actually... I've heard about that many times.
I don't know where that is, but it's got to be there somewhere.
The Polo Fields is so fun because you could play that in MLB The Show, and if you rip one down the line, it's a home run. Even if it's just a
pop-up down the line.
279 to left field, 258 to right field,
when the Dodgers
83 to center.
When the Dodgers moved to L.A., Coliseum. Left field, they had to have a screen.
They did.
Way up there, so you had at least to make it semi-tough to hit a home run to left field. It was just across the football field to get it out.
I remember seeing pictures. Google pictures of Major League Baseball games being played.
Yeah, wait till you see the Coliseum where the Dodgers played, and look at right field. You can't see right field.
Okay, so right field, it's 420 center, 380 right center, 300 down the line, but 251 down the left field.
Yeah, but right field at the Coliseum is just kept going and going and going.
Yeah.
Anyway. Fun stuff, or kind of fun. I'll give you one did you know, and then we'll move on from the stadium talk. I don't want to say downtown, but kind of the midway between downtown and LA and Beverly Hills. It's now CBS Television City. Have you ever seen that building anywhere?
Yes.
Okay, they shoot a lot of obviously TV shows there. According to my dad, I wasn't alive yet, but there was a Pacific Coast League team, the LA Angels. Their stadium was right there. And it was called Wrigley Field, and it was a replica of the Wrigley Field in Chicago.
We've talked about this because who did that TV show there?
The TV show was filmed there. The Home Run Derby was the old 60s or 50s version of Home Run Derby, but it was at Wrigley Field. There was a Wrigley Field right there, which very few people know about.
Someone said Seattle Pilots Stadium was very cool.
Rick's Stadium?
No.
What was it called?
It's called Six
Stadium. I said Rick's. Yeah, Six.
I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, no, it was. The Seattle Pilots only existed for 1 year. That's why they moved immediately to Milwaukee.
Oh, this was boring. I mean, 305, 402 center field.
That was some fun stuff. All right, let's get to.
I could do this all day.
Yeah, well, there's some trivia for you. Here's a trivia, 833-288-0973. You need that number to call in and play.
If If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the Fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, we have a new prize for this month. You will be qualified for a shot at the grand prize, a $500 gift card to Westgate, Las Vegas, the home of legendary Vegas fun. Now offering the Break Away from Fees package, including a $75 daily dining credit, 2-day spa passes, daily cabaret tickets, complimentary valet parking, and $0 resort fees. Special rates starting at $89 a night. Book now at westgatelasvegas.com. I had a friend that was on vacation, and they had no idea about resort fees.
They found out about them?
They're mandatory.
Yeah.
And he had to pay like $150 a day in resort fees, which basically says you can use the pool. I thought the pool was complimentary.
Not anymore.
That's craziness.
You want to walk through the lobby, that'll be an extra $75.
Like,
it's kind of like plane travel now. You want to check a bag? You want to sit on the aisle? You want to drink a water?
Right.
Yeah, they add it all up. Polo Grounds officially was 483 to center. Guess how many home runs were hit over the center field fence in the history of the Polo Grounds?
2.
0.
Oh, okay.
Nobody hit one out there. That's how far
I
that
would
was.
have thought maybe 1.
You would have thought somebody got a hold of it. 483?
Like the Babe just crushing one?
Babe. I don't know if the Babe played too often there because he was in the American League.
Oh, that's a good point.
Polo Grounds was the Giants Stadium.
That's a good point.
There you go.
All right, the rules. You have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you are eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question, or you win if you're a first-time player. Let us know before you get into it, and you will get that question for free today. Now, let me pull up the phones.
Why did they call it Sick Stadium?
I have no
Goodness
idea.
Gracious.
It is very strange.
Named after, here it is, Emil Sick. S-I-C-K. That was his name. He was the guy who kind of put the stadium together.
As a
so they named it Sick Stadium.
As a somewhat
terrible name,
hypochondriac type of person.
Yeah,
I'm not going to that stadium.
You wouldn't have wanted to go to Sick Stadium in Seattle, home of the. Maybe we should do that trivia one day.
What?
I name an old stadium. You say who played there.
Oh, okay.
That'd be hard to do. Some of them.
Some of them, yeah, but for the most part.
How about Jerry Park?
No.
Yeah. Original home of the Expos.
See, okay, I've already lost the game.
You're out. Okay, let's play all this. Let's play this game then.
All right, let's go to Randy. Hello,
Hi,
Randy.
How are you?
Hello. You ready to play?
I am.
Could you have gotten that, Randy, if I said who played in Jerry Park?
Could not have done it.
Could not have done it. Okay, fair enough.
Could not have done it, he says. All right, here we go, Randy. Question number 1. All right, this is a very dumb question, so just bear with me. We're running.
You know this has to be bad if you're telling on your own question.
Finish the name of this child's game. Duck, goose. Okay, thank you for bearing with me on that question.
You could have just asked, what was Tom Cruise's wingman's name or something.
Oh, that would have been good.
I was the same answer.
I was looking for an easy question.
Same answer.
We ran through question number 1s like they were growing on trees last week.
All right,
here we go. Question number 2, Randy. I have one of those where I'm going to give you some players, and you're going to tell me what team they all played for together in the same year when they were teammates together. Seth Lugo, Dan Altavilla, Michael Wacha.
Oh, man.
Seth Lugo, Dan Altavilla, Michael Wacha. You just need the team. You don't have to
who'd they all play
year.
Together for?
Oh, geez. I remember Lugo with the Padres. Before that, I was thinking he was with the Mets. Let's go Mets.
Goes Mets.
Stay there.
I think you talked yourself out of it. I think it's Padres has to be the answer. Didn't Dan Altavilla play here with those guys?
We're gonna have
evidently
to
not.
We're gonna have to look at Dan Altavilla, but this was the 2024 Royals.
Okay.
Let me just make sure. before because I don't want.
When did Dan Altavilla play here? He didn't play
here. I think it was like 2021.
I don't know.
I'm looking.
I thought he was here with those guys. But
I got him going. He was with the Padres in 2021. Just one season.
Just 1 year. And Lugo and
they were 2023 or 2024.
Okay.
Let me just make sure.
Good for you, Randy. Lugo. You're still alive.
And this will tell me.
Scraby's double-checking his questions, which is not a rarity on this
first
show.
Season was 2023, so
never a teammate of Altavilla.
Altavilla on
that was
the
a really
Padres.
hard one then. Okay,
Randy, I did it on purpose. I did it on purpose
for the title, Randy.
All right, question number 3. We're gonna do one of these again. Roger Clemens, Jose Canseco, Mo Vaughn.
Mo Vaughn.
Roger Clemens, Jose Canseco, Mo Vaughn.
They played together.
Yes.
Let's go Astros.
Stay there.
Well, Mo Vaughn played for the Red Sox, and so did Clemens. Those are obvious, and so did Canseco. So I'm going to say the Red Sox.
Sorry about that, Randy. I never realized that Jose Canseco played for the Red Sox.
I think he was there. Yeah. No, I was thinking he was in Fenway Park when the ball bounced off his head and went over the fence. But I think he was with somebody else then.
It was the Rangers, maybe?
Yeah, I think the Rangers, yeah.
That's really funny, though. Okay, let's go to our next contestant. We're going to go to Johnny. Hello, Johnny.
Hello.
Are you ready to play?
I am.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. What 2-time Cy Young Award winner announced he's having elbow surgery today and will miss the next 3 or so months?
He will no longer be on Scraby's fantasy team. I've had to hear this 30 times today already. I think Johnny heard the news.
Oh, Joe Musgrove.
Nah, somebody announced today the new.
Okay, can I change the question?
What? Yeah, sure.
What Detroit Tiger announced he is having elbow surgery and will miss the next 3 or so months?
I don't know any Tigers.
Yeah, you certainly gave us your best shot.
I tried.
Scooble and Scraby, friends.
Sorry. No, we're not friends anymore.
You don't like him anymore.
I told myself, don't pick anyone coming off of 2 years of awards. And I did.
Silly.
Let's go to Ronald. Hello, Ronald. Ronald. All right.
Might have to move on to somebody else.
Let's go to, what name is this? Gerard. Let's go to Gerard. Hello, Gerard.
I like that.
Hi, how are you guys?
Hey, Gerard.
Pretty
good to talk to you, man.
Energy.
Good to have you.
I like the energy.
Let's go.
Here is question number 1.
I kind of like that little tune, by the way.
Good. It's only been our tune for like 7 years.
I know. I'm just mentioning that I like it.
What team did Jeremiah Estrada make his major league debut with?
Oh my God, that's a question 1. That's hard.
Do you agree, Chris?
It's a between and a 1 and a 2. He mentioned it quite a bit because he was not, he got back at this team a little bit for giving up on it.
Yeah, he has said it multiple times.
Yeah, it's a between and a 1 and a 2. It's probably a 2. So if he gets it, we're going to go right to number 3.
Oh wow, you need to get it.
I'm giving you a shot. If you get it, we go right to number 3, Gerard. You might as well guess now.
Jeremiah Estrada pitched for.
I'm sorry. I feel like we're going down the road of looking it up.
Cubs. He was a Cub.
I'm sorry about that, Gerard. Thank you. Try playing again.
That's part of this game. Sometimes the question's right there on your. On your
tip
doorstep.
of your tongue.
Sometimes it's not.
Let's go to Ron. Hello,
Hi,
Ron.
Welcome to Chris versus the
how's
Fan.
it going?
Good to talk to you, Ron.
Is your name also Ronald?
It is Ronald. When you said Ronald, I was saying, "Hey, I'm here."
Man, that's kind of crazy. Back-to-back Ronalds. I love it.
Yeah, Ron and Ron. Okay.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. What Pirates prospect made his debut and drove in a run with a double for the Pirates earlier this year?
His first game.
Yep.
Oh God, I know it too, but I can't remember.
So overhyped. Poor guy.
I don't know if he is. He's starting to figure it out.
Is he?
I can't remember. I'll remember it when you say it.
All right.
Sorry, Ron. Connor Griffin. All right, go to another Ron.
We don't have any more
Oh,
Rons.
that's there. Let me see what Connor's up to on the average here.
262. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, decent.
That's not bad. Considering he was touted as like the best prospect of all time
in the history of baseball.
Yes.
Yeah, that was not his fault though.
No,
that's what they touted him as.
Yes. Let's go back to Ronald. Hello, Ronald.
Wait, you said no more Rons.
I forgot we never got. I don't know what's going on with Ronald's phone, but we're dropping you, Ronald. I'm sorry.
So that Ronald's out.
Let's go to James. Hello, James.
Hi, James.
Hello, guys.
All right.
James seemed
It's
hesitant.
okay. Yes, he did.
Seemed a little hesitant. I don't blame him the way the day is going.
All right, James. Here we go. Question. First time player.
That gets
Question
everybody
number
excited.
2. Here we go. 3 players. You got to tell me what team they played for together.
Boy, these are tough.
Jurickson Profar, Charlie Blackmon, Ezekiel Tovar.
Oh, goodness.
Colorado Rockies.
There Rocks. He was on it quickly. Well done. Well done.
Here we go to question number 3 and another name game.
For the title right here.
Let's do a football one.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Michael Vick, Nick Folk, Percy Harvin.
I don't even know who that is.
You don't know who Percy Harvin is? The Eagles. Stay there. Nick Folk.
I'm just trying to think of Michael Vick.
Percy Harvin.
Falcon, but I don't remember Nick Folk with the Falcons. Vikings. Yes, I'm dreaming.
James!
James.
Stay there, James.
Totally lost me on this one.
Yeah, I kind of.
Who did Michael Vick play for?
He played for the Eagles. He played for the Falcons. He also played for the New York Jets.
Michael Vick?
In 2014, he did.
God.
I know. I made that one difficult.
That was really hard.
So-
All right, good for you, though. James, you're a winner in your first try. And tell all your friends about it. We'll take a break. More Gwynn and Chris coming up after we check some traffic and Scrappy talks to James about his big winnings. segment. 4:24 is the time. Chris Ello, Scraby. And I'm not going to call it the Bill House Studio because the Bill House Studio works perfectly. We know how. The Odyssey Palace Studio, though, can have hiccups and crazy stuff happening from time to time, like the YouTube channel video has been in and out all day. And it's just been weird. And I apologize to all of you who have been watching on the YouTube feed. But that's not us. It's just been kind of not working right today. And now, Scraby tells me, as the beginning of the segment gets underway, he goes, we may not be able to go to commercial.
I can't do anything.
All right, so if we can't go to commercial, then I'm like talking right through the Padre game, pretty much?
Yeah, you can keep talking until the end of time.
Yeah, because there's not going to be anywhere to go. So let's just sit back and relax, everybody. This could be an hour, maybe 2-hour segment. Right?
You know, if any,
it could be like the longest segment I've ever done. Let me wait. Anyway, he'll figure something out. I wanted to talk about this though real quick. And I want to thank Ben, morning show guy, Ben Higgins, for this. Because this really irked me today. And this is probably the one thing that I'm maddest about today in all of sports. And what it is once again, just these morons, and I don't want to call them that, but they're forcing me to. These guys at the MLB Network who are just making crap up that is so not even remotely close to true that it's irresponsible. It's just flat out irresponsible what these guys at the MLB Network keep doing.
Is this another Trade Fernando thing?
Yeah, of course it is. And here's where, and I'm going to bring Ben into this full circle because Ben tweeted this out perfectly today. The MLB Network tweeted out, does Fernando Tatis Jr. need a change of scenery? And then it says, Greg, I guess, what's that guy, Amsinger?
It's Greg Amsinger.
Okay. Greg's latest trade proposal has the slugger headed to the Mets in exchange for another superstar. And that superstar, according to Greg Amsinger, would be Francisco Lindor.
I don't want him.
I didn't say you did. This isn't even happening. It's so irresponsible for them to even bring it up.
It's not irresponsible. This is just how it is.
No, it's completely irresponsible.
It's not irresponsible.
Let me finish, and then you can get in it. Why don't you think it is? He's bringing up something that has no chance of happening, and a lot of people who listen to these people on the MLB Network think that these guys know what they're talking about. So they start thinking that the Padres are, exploring a trade with the Mets to get rid of Fernando, and it's just not happening. So that's why I say it's irresponsible in their position.
It's not irresponsible because this is sports talk now. Is throwing stuff in the air and having discussion.
Well, all right, I'm calling it out that it's completely irresponsible to just throw stuff in the air for no reason. That is irresponsible. Here is the way that Ben attacked that tweet on his own Twitter feed today. He said, in response to MLB Network, does Fernando need a change of scenery? Ben said, I don't know. Does Shohei Ohtani need a change of scenery? The Dodgers just lost 4 in a row, and Ohtani hasn't had a hit in 4 straight games.
That's fair.
Obvious, they should be looking to shop him as well. Thank you, Ben, for pointing out just how ridiculous this all is. The Dodgers have not homered in 6 games, just like the team the Padres are going to play tonight, the Giants. So the Dodgers are struggling. Ohtani 0 for 14 in his last 4. Do you know when the last time the Dodgers went 6 straight games without a home run? 12 years ago. So because the Padres lost a couple of games and because Fernando obviously doesn't have this home run, they're just BSing all of us into this. Yeah, Fernando's on the trade block. They're looking at it, and it makes sense. And, I think I'm Greg Amsinger, and I don't know anything, but I'm going to tell you like I think I do know something. That's irresponsible. And I'm sorry to call his name out. Harold Reynolds got called out earlier, about a month ago. What did Harold say? That it was looking pretty good, like they were going to trade him. Did they not?
No.
What did he say?
No, he just proposes trades. He says that he needs to go other places. I think that this is extremely annoying and stupid? Yes, I hate this.
So end it there. It is extremely annoying and stupid.
Though.
It's completely irresponsible. You've told me nothing to change my opinion.
The person viewing has to know that they're not breaking news. They're just having a discussion.
But you write it as if it's happening on a tweet. It is, people don't follow it as closely as you and I do. They see a headline, they move on. They see a tweet, they scroll past it. They don't dig into whether Greg Amsinger maybe knows something. And Greg Amsinger, to my knowledge, knows diddly. Yeah. And I'm tired of him presenting stuff like he does.
He's not, though.
If tomorrow Fernando it's completely what he's doing. What if Fernando Tatis went to the Mets? Francisco Lindor is on the IL, goes to the Padres. And then they tweet this out, and then that's a proposal.
But it's not a proposal.
I don't know why you don't think it's irresponsible.
Because I'm
shocked that you don't.
Because they're not saying it as fact. If they were saying Fernando Tatis Jr. is in trade talks right now, or the Padres are in trade talks, Francisco Lindor is going to be returning, that's irresponsible because that's not true. But just to say, hey, we should do this, that's not irresponsible.
Okay.
Dom. And I'm not saying this just to disagree with you.
That's fine. Go ahead.
I don't know if it's irresponsible because you're not the only one thinking that. I don't know if it's irresponsible, but it's certainly dumb because AJ straight up said he ain't trading Nando, and he's rarely
exactly. So stop throwing stuff out there that isn't even remotely possible.
I can give you that.
And what Ben's point is, and this is where I got getting angry, agreeing with Ben, is why don't we drag the Dodgers into one of these? You know, why don't we bring them in?
Too.
Why do we have to always bring the Padres into this? Why can't we just lie about the Dodgers once in a while?
Because
since we're lying, you don't mind lying about the Padres and Fernando every 10 minutes. How about lying about Ohtani? You know, he's 0 for 14. He could use a change of scenery.
I agree with you.
So I think it's BS that you're telling me Fernando needs a change of scenery when Ohtani's in his biggest slump in 5 years. Get him out of there then. That's how stupid it is.
I agree with that. Like, if you're going to talk about trading players, then you're going to have to talk about trading all of the superstars when they're in the same situation.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, Major League Baseball people cannot handle that the Padres have high-profile players. They cannot handle it. That's the part that really
we can't afford them. According to Harold Reynolds, that was one thing he definitely said. They got to move Tatis. They got to start making moves. They can't afford these guys. Apparently they can. I don't know. If they came out once and said completely something stupid about the Dodgers and how they, maybe ought to think about Ohtani, okay, then I'll let them go ahead and BS their way through Fernando. But it always seems like Fernando's the guy they're bringing up. I'm getting a little annoyed by that.
I'm also annoyed. Irresponsible, maybe too far for me.
Yeah.
For me.
Thank you, Ben Higgins, for saying it right. I hope I was able to back you up properly. I don't know where Ben is. Is he golfing yet?
I don't know.
He's got his big trip,
Oh.
Yeah, he's not. He's going to Oregon. He's playing He's playing 8 rounds in 5 days on like the nicest courses in the history of mankind.
Oh.
And he's gone. He missed the round table 2 weeks ago. He was on it last week, and he's going to miss it this week. And I said, how come you're missing the round table 2 out of 3 weeks? And he says, because I couldn't miss it all 3 weeks. I was trying to miss it all 3 weeks. He was joking.
Chris, we are stuck.
And we still can't go to a commercial.
Pattern.
We really can't go to a commercial.
You know what I think I'm going to do?
Oh my goodness!
You know what I think we need to do?
Yeah,
I think we need to, get Tony back early.
We're just going to go to the Big Five.
Get Tony back early. I don't have any other.
We're just going to go straight into the Big Five after all this.
Yeah, because I can't do anything.
Oh my goodness, we really can't go to a commercial break.
Yes, this happened. Oh, something just happened.
Wait, what?
Oh, hey,
wow.
We're back.
To what?
We just got it done. Bill just got us back into the system, and it's unfrozen. So now we could go to break. I've been texting our engineer all this time.
I was kind of looking forward to doing like 4 hours of commercial-free radio, just never leaving. Thought it'd be cool. I would just narrate what's happening in the Padre game to everybody.
Well, we're off the hook today.
All right, we'll take a break. Darn it.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight at the back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good.
Wow. Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfus and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over there. So.
What are you thinking of seeing it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, who not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place. So I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight at the back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good.
Wow. Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfus and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over there. So.
What are you thinking of seeing it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, who not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place. So I I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight and back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited.
Commercials, but I'm actually kind of glad we were able to have some there. Otherwise, Scraby and I would have been on the air forever and ever. We couldn't get the machine working. It has been that kind of a day here on Gwynn and Chris. Let's check some traffic so you can get home. Nope, traffic's not working. I told you it's been that kind of a day.
Oh, wait, here we go. I don't know. My screens aren't working, Chris. They're completely black now. So let's just go into the Big Five, and we will get you some traffic later. Is that cool with you, Chris?
I'm just kind of along for the ride here.
Chris is trying to
just go ahead.
Trying not to get me angry because things are breaking.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, so I think we are still maybe panicking a little bit that Fernando Tatis Jr. hasn't hit a home run so far this season. And when I say we, I say the fans and myself. So our first topic,
number 5,
it's going to be about Fernando. We're broadcasting, Chris and I are broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios where we know how, and Tony up in San Francisco getting ready for the game between the Padres and the Giants. So I did a little research over the weekend and came up with 3 other players that are struggling with, like Fernando, with one of them with a caveat. I found 4 players who hit 25 or more home runs last year, but have hit no more than 3 this year. Juan Soto, and he's the caveat because he was injured, but Trevor Story hit 25 last year, and he's only hit 2 this year. Kyle Stowers hit 25 last year and has not hit a homer this year. So same with Fernando. Adjusting for 34 games through the season, Chris. Over under 24 and a half home runs for Fernando the rest of the way.
I think he'll be under that. It's not that he can't hit the home run. He will. And it's only going to be a matter of time. But the Fernando that I'm seeing is more of a, to me, a 15 to 20 home run guy. And that's fine as long as he does all the rest of the stuff and, drives and runs and plays great defense. He doesn't have to be the 40 home run guy. I think that ship has sailed. I think that was, and we've talked about it in the past, I think that was a one-off. He may have another season like that, down the road where the ball's flying for him, but, because he hits the ball hard. But I think he's a 20 home run guy. And, it's interesting or it's not. Whether you want to read into it, some people probably are, but, he's around 30 games without a home run this year. And I think that's the longest streak in his career. And somebody pointed out that 4 of the 5 longest homerless streaks he's had have all been in the last couple of years. But so I don't know if it means that much, but I do think it's trending in the direction of him being more of a 20 home run guy and a line drive guy in the gaps. So I'm okay with it. The panic is not set in for me, like for a lot of people, but it would be if I needed him to hit 40, but I don't think he's a 40 guy.
Tony, over under 24 and a half home runs for Fernando the rest of the way.
Just over. 25, 26. Is there a difference between 24 and 25?
No, I just needed the line of demarcation.
So. Yeah. No, I think he'll end up around there somewhere. As Chris just finished mentioning, I've been saying that for a while. It was just 40 homer thing. That's more of the anomaly than him hitting 20 or 24 or 23 or whatever that number ends up being. He's only done it once in his career. And so the rest of them have looked much more in the mid to high 20s. And so I think that's where he'll be when it's all said and done. He's at this point, as Chris said, has gone his longest period of time without hitting one. So I still think when he starts hitting them, he's going to get them in bunches, but it may not be the 41 that everybody was for some reason expecting.
Kyle Stowers also was out with injury for a while. I'd just like to get.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal, but he is from San Diego, and there's probably some Kyle Stowers fans out there who are saying, "Wait a minute, he missed some time due to injury."
I did not know that.
Just throwing that in there.
If you're watching on YouTube, I'm sorry about the YouTube today. It is just not working, and I almost threw a computer earlier. So we're going to move forward, and Chris is going to be frozen in the way that he is for the rest of the time.
Number 4.
I just hope I'm not frozen when you throw the computer across the.
No, I'm not going to throw it at you.
Across, yeah, your aim can sometimes be off, though. You may not be aiming for me, but you may hit me anyway.
Maybe I am aiming for you. On a recent TikTok, sports writer Jeff Pearlman responded to a conversation Jemele Hill was having on her podcast about Jay Glazer and the weird standards that are being set for guys and girls, or men and women in the industry. And here is what Jeff Pearlman has to say. The reporting industry, being a reporter, covering teams, things like that. I had to cut this down, so I put the most
going to be
important
speaking
parts.
here?
Jeff Pearlman about the situation.
I think Diana Rossini shouldn't work anymore in this business. I do. I think, but man, do we make allowances for men? We make so many allowances for men. Jay Glazer is a perfect example. Like, you know why Jay Glazer isn't having sex with the athletes? Because he's a heterosexual male and he covers men. Otherwise, he's basically doing anything but, hey, come to my barbecue. Hey, let me work you out. Hey, you're my buddy. Hey, let's hang out. Tell me stuff. It's okay. Like, that's access journalism 101, right? That's exchanging for exchanging. That's exactly what he does. It's just weird how we're okay because it's men being pals with men kind of thing.
All right. So he goes on and keeps talking about that. But
what did Jemele Hill have to do with that?
She brought up that Jay Glazer has these, I guess he has these barbecues.
He has the same barbecues that they were having.
Yeah.
That Diana
during
Rossini
like the
was
coaches
supposedly
week.
having.
Yeah. So he has, like, for the last 18 years, he's put together. He invites all the coaches
and everybody
and
come
like
and then give me. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Chris, do you think there is a double standard for men?
Of course there is. There always has been, and in a lot of different walks of life, and probably this one included. I think Jeff Pearlman, and although there probably is some truth if I sift through that enough, I don't necessarily think he's on point with all of that 100%. I don't know. I don't follow Jay Glazer enough. I don't realize. I think he's more of a buffoon than he is a reporter, honestly. So I take him, mostly with a grain of salt. And I'm going to go back, and I'm not going to waver off my opinion that Diana Rossini should understand that there's a bit of a double standard. And, the fact that she was, canoodling with an NFL head coach and breaking stories. Yeah, I think it was a bad look. I don't think it's ever going to change. But yeah, there's a double standard. So, I mean, you can either rail against it, or you can, if you get into the business, that you're going to be probably watched a little bit differently. I'm not saying it's right. It is. Maybe we've made strides in the last 10 to 20 years. Maybe we've got another 10 to 20 years to go. I mean, there was a time when women really weren't, kind of in this at all. So, we've gained some. Fortunately, it's much more accepting of all of that. I mean, you can go back 20 years ago about the whole women going into locker room situation. Remember that one? I mean, I haven't heard much about that anymore, which I think is a good thing. It's a step in the right direction. But we have ways to go. So yeah, he's right, but I'm not buying everything he's selling either.
I apologize. I went to Chris first. I went out of order. But Tony, what would you like to say? Do you think we have a double standard for men?
Yeah, without a doubt, there's a double standard. And this is just another example of it, right? I think The only difference in what Rossini has allegedly done and what Glazer does is that there's a relationship, some type of relationship, seemingly, reportedly, in that combined the two. I remember Glazer, he had a video up, and it was like how pretty much every one of the coaches participated, and they're having some drinks and doing it's literally the same thing, except for Rossini, there's an added element because she's a woman, and so yeah, no, it's definitely there. It's just a matter of someone doing something about it at some point. Really,
I think it's fair to call out Jay Glazer for that kind of thing. I'm glad somebody is calling him out. I don't think it's going to change Jay Glazer's behavior. I think Jay Glazer doesn't impress me with what he does. People that impress me with what they do are people that work, not people that, host parties.
But as Jeff Pearlman said, this is like reporting 101. You get close, you get the scoops.
There's different ways. There's ways to do it without throwing a party and a barbecue.
What I mean, outside of the marital spot of this piece of kind of story, what is the difference in what Rossini's doing and what Glazer's doing? If let's say they didn't have significant others, what would be aren't the same ethical issues being?
Yeah, the lines are being crossed on both sides. There's absolutely not right, and that what Scraby wants me to do is lay out a way that all reporters should deal with people, and I don't have time to. No, I'm just saying you
give me too much credit, but thank you.
But there are way too many incredible journalists out there that go about it the right way without hosting people at their house, without partying, without doing relationships, without meeting and drinking at bars. There's so many different ways to do it. And there's so many reporters and journalists who do it the right way. So it can be done. But the other way, if it works for them, then I just don't have as much respect for it. That's all.
I also think today's athlete is much different because everybody is so guarded. Like any person that you talk to could put out something on the internet that causes you a whole lot of problems.
I mean, there's a lot. I don't know, Tony. When he recalls if he, when he was out maybe having having a drink after a game of beer.
Did you have a drink before the show?
Maybe. Yeah. If I did, I'd be a little smoother than this, actually. But I mean, there was a lot of journalists that I used to know that would absolutely, hey, where are we going after the game? After we turn in our story? We're going to go here. No, we can't go there. That's where all the players go. That's just not where we go.
Gotcha.
It's just, I don't know. Things have changed a little bit, and I get that. But I think you can build a strong relationship with work ethic and respect for each other and all of those things without the Jay Glazer, how do you like your burger, sir?
Who knew this whole thing would turn into such a massive sports story?
But I mean, on to play devil's advocate, would it be different if it was just like one coach and he was like having a barbecue? Let's say there was no alcohol involved in it. Like, where does the line exist at?
Yeah, are you allowed to like hang out at all?
Where is it? Like, if the idea is to get the scoop, right, and do it ethically, where is that line? Like, what are you allowed to do? What are you not allowed to do?
I don't
I think picking their kids up from school is a nice start.
That's ridiculous.
Just helping them out there.
I think about people who've written stories about my father, right? I've seen those people come to the house. Like, that's not normal, right? Like, you're doing a story on somebody. You interview them, you do the whole thing. It's not just at the stadium. I've certainly been a part of those. So, like, I don't know that
I've been to athletes' houses before for in-depth stories and sat.
But you also
visited
probably had
with them.
permission, right?
Yeah. Well, I didn't show up unannounced.
I mean, I doubt that Glazer's not getting their permission. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. So where is it that?
Yeah.
Although those things exist, are these actual violations of it? You know what I'm saying? The more
yes, they are. Yes, they are. Without it being written, I think there are things that you can look at. That I honestly think there's if it looks like a duck type of thing, and to me, Jay Glazer looks like a duck.
Well, no. See, that's where I think we have to. In all honesty, I'm asking. Like,
yeah, I know.
What is it that Jay Glazer is doing wrong here?
Feels like he's offering gifts in exchange for.
Okay, I can buy that. I can buy that.
I give you a burger, you give me a story,
or
not even
come
just
to my house.
Basically, come on over. Let's have a big old party, and I'll open up the keg, and we get to be buddies. I don't think that's the way to do it.
Biting kneecaps.
Not a fan of that.
Because I guess I say that because I mean, if we could, and we can't parse this part out because it's a huge part of the story. Let's say there was no implication of an extramarital thing going on between Vrabel.
I think we don't have any of this then.
That's my point. Is that
so? Then single female writers would have a better shot than married female writers.
I guess so.
Well, that's what you're kind of saying.
Is it not possible for a male and a female to have communication and there not be any
of course.
Okay, so then I guess single and married. Really
no. What I say by married is like it became a celebrity gossip story, and that's why it became so huge. Is because Us Weekly, like TMZ. Yeah. Everybody knows about it. You go through the grocery store thing and you see them.
I get that part, but what I'm trying to understand is what is outside of that part of it that we all acknowledge is wrong, right? Shouldn't have happened. What is it that is wrong about Rossini's doing what she was doing? If I'm talking about in terms of having like these get-togethers with different coaches and trying whatever it is, right? How is it different?
It's not. It's not.
Just wanted to clarify.
I also wanted and this is turning into numbers 3, 2, and 1. Which is
we're gonna have to skip one because we are running out of time.
We talked about this when this all came up. It was going to open up a huge can of worms, and a lot of people said, "Well, no, it's not." And I said, "Yes, it is going to." I think that if I was a head coach of an NFL team and I was invited to Jay Glazer's for the yearly hangout barbecue thing, I think I would have to turn it down. I think it did.
By the way, it wasn't all the coaches didn't show up,
right? But I'm just
Kyle
saying
Shanahan didn't go to that.
I don't know who went and who didn't. I just think it's an optic. It's an optic.
I agree.
I feel like I could go there and eat the burgers and not feel any like I have to give Jay Glazer anything in return. But I do think the optic is there, so I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to allow it.
Yep.
I'm not going to allow it.
All right, really quick, guys, because we're going to go through
number 2 and 1
very quickly.
Number 3.
That was only 4?
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
Celtics star Jaylen Brown released some frustration after his team was eliminated by the Sixers. And while on Twitch, he said this.
You know how many players do that? That is such just a common play, a basketball play. Every player does it. So why are you targeting me? They clearly had an agenda. Like, maybe because I spoken that was critical of the refs in the regular season. So you know how they responded. Like you're gonna lead the playoffs in offensive fouls. That's how that was the response from the officiating crew. You could clearly tell. And I've actually spoke to some refs and they said it was agenda going into each game. So anytime Jaylen brings his arm up, just from reputation, just call it.
All right, so he's
talked to referees. The referees told him, "Hey, we're going to stick it to
against him." So we're going to have to reverse because you got to go twice first. Tony, do the refs have it out for Jaylen Brown? And I've never seen Tony laughing at an athlete like this before.
Because this is so comical. It's just so easy to laugh.
I was okay with him venting and getting off his steam.
And then he got his agenda.
But then he went with, I talked to a referee that told me they were going to try.
Yeah, Scott Foster told him, hey, this whole thing is rigged.
If you're going to go that far, you got to give me some names if that's the case. Like, tell me who told you that, because that's ridiculous. If that is a Dietrich, which I don't believe is true. I think Jalen was frustrated. His team just gave up a 3-1 lead, and now they're going home. And so he should be mad at his coach. That's what he should be mad.
Yeah, we talked about this already. Look, his coach did an absolutely pathetic job.
But he's a philosopher.
And, look,
he acted like a philosopher in this one.
Yeah, we went through it all. Look, and Jaylen Brown was also upset that Joel Embiid was getting calls and flopping. He said Jaylen Brown was guarding Joel Embiid. If that isn't the worst strategy I've ever heard, then I don't know what is.
Jaylen Brown's not 7 feet tall, right?
No, he's a guard. He was matched up one-on-one.
Like he was a paperweight.
Yeah, and of course he's going to. And any official that sees that size disadvantage is going to disregard almost everything Jaylen Brown does. That's such bad coaching. Like I said, the guy who wrote the story in Boston, he was right. They should have fired Mazzulla at halftime. It was that bad.
Tony, did you finish or?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're good.
All right. Joe Mazzulla bashing segment. I'm always here for it.
Number 2.
Yeah, that was only our second one today. We may do a third before it's over.
Before the end of the show.
Yeah.
We'll have a third Joe Mazzulla bashing. We do have an extra 5 minutes tonight.
Hey, there's like he said earlier, like we said earlier, there's duality in all of this. That was his statement at the game.
All right, so big news today. Tarek Skubal, Detroit Tigers ace, back-to-back Cy Young Award winner, is going to miss 2 to 3 months after having surgery, or will be having surgery, to remove some loose bodies in his elbow.
The same loose bodies, I think, that are running around in Edwin Diaz's elbow.
And Yu Darvish's elbow.
Yeah.
So my question, Chris, is this. Do you think chasing 2 Cy Youngs contributed to this?
I do not. We got to go quick, but I think that's ludicrous. I think you go out there, you pitch as well as you can all the time, and I'm sure Tarek Skubal has been doing exactly that for 3 years.
Okay. Tony?
That falls into the ridiculous category for me as well. You just try to do your best every time. He just happens to do it a lot and for a long period of time.
And on my fantasy team this year.
Number 1.
All right. I saw an Instagram video over the weekend, and I don't really know how to feel because the question being asked was this. Do you know the 3 MLB logos with 3 letters in it?
Okay.
There's 3 teams with these logos.
3 letters in the logo.
Yes, in the logo.
I don't know exactly what the logo is for everybody, but I mean, not on their hat. Like STL is not a logo.
But no, it is. That's their official logo.
So that's one then?
Yes,
St.
that's
Louis?
one. The other is the White Sox because they have the SOX.
Yes.
And then they said the Padres. And so
there are some people who think there's a P.
I put it up on the
there
screen.
There are some people.
This is, of course, the regular one. And here is the SD Padres one. I will not and refuse to think that this is a real thing because there's no signifying marks showing me that there's a P in there.
I think this was a 2026 made-up thing.
You think it's a made-up thing? So you think this is not actually true?
Who made this? Who asked the question?
It was just some Instagram account. They were asking everybody. So my question is, Tony, does San Diego, in your mind, truly have 3 letters in the logo?
No, and that's 2, and that's okay. We can pretend there's a P there for all those who want it to be 3.
Okay,
but it's been an SD forever, not an SDP.
There's absolutely not a P except for
the brain didn't just start developing in 2026. Like we've all had one. We've all been looking at the same logo for all of our lives. No one said, "Oh, there's a P in there." No one did that. So if they're doing it now, it is kind of. Also
in the real logo, there's actually a opening.
There is, yes.
So that depiction doesn't have the opening.
Well,
that just makes it into a P. So it's not there's the opening. So there is no P there at all.
I photoshopped it, and I didn't have enough time to remove the opening.
So. All right. So number 1, it doesn't have the P. Number 2, it's like the old Montreal Expo M. It really spelled LO only because I wanted it to.
But it does spell LO.
It doesn't, and it's the same as this. There's no P unless you really want there to be one.
All right, so Chris versus the fans trivia. Next time I say, how many teams have 3 letters in their logo? It's 3.
You'll box it up.
Okay. We'll get you set for this game tonight when we come back. We We have an extra 5 minutes today. Game starts at 6:45. That means Sam starts at 5:45.
Extra
next.
Joe Mazzulla bashing.
More on 97.3 The Fan.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
Hey, this is Jason Adam from the San Diego Padres.
Strike 3 called. Great slider from Adam.
The Padres.
And what is before they try, what is the heat index they're facing? Do we know? Or
Well, you could look up the Scoville on a ghost pepper.
Yeah.
It's one of the world's hottest. There's a couple of hotters.
Scoville's the measurement unit.
The X pepper and all of that.
Thanks for the education, because I did not know.
I've allowed milk and bread, but if I was asked,
tell us the actual rules of this. Like
the rule is,
see if you can do it. I guess
you guys alternate spoonfuls until one of you can't.
One of you can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
Until you can't do it anymore.
Fulls.
I will take
And
one.
the winner,
spoonful of
Scrady,
this.
has a jar of a couple of my jars.
I think they both are winners if they pass this. I hate to
winners.
say, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
There will be no back and forth. There will be one spoonful.
Now, this is the one that he has right now.
The 38?
Maybe.
Okay. All right.
No, this right here, I've been putting on some of my turkey burgers.
Good stuff.
This is hot.
Okay.
Right, here we go.
All right. Let's
Adam's
do it.
ready. There, away he goes. He does have a full spoonful for those listening.
I'm literally sweating watching him do
a full
this right
spoon?
now. That's a full spoon.
All right.
Sure.
That is a full
Down the
spoon.
hatch we go.
All right.
And man, he went the whole thing. He did not. He did not trickle that down the throat. He just
hasn't reached for the milk yet.
Scraby's coming over.
When does the heat kick in?
Oh,
I knew it.
When does the heat kick in? Wow.
You better go, dude.
There goes Scraby.
They both
Scraby,
did.
did you swallow that, Scraby? Yeah.
That is some good stuff.
It's delicious.
delicious.
We're gonna see
Tasty.
it. I'm gonna watch you now.
I'm feeling it already. I am. Are you?
No.
He's
Adam's
feeling good.
feeling nothing. All right, so take another spoonful, Adam. You'll win.
Oh, come on. Now we're double dipping.
He's all
you
one
can't put your
spoonful.
same
That's
spoon
not
in
what
there.
the competition's all about.
We always said
Spoonful
that.
too?
Yeah, go for
Oh
it.
yeah.
I always said that Adam Klug was kind of had a.
I at least used a different spoon, no double dipping.
All right.
I didn't know where. I don't.
I
Think
always
it
thought
matters.
Adam Klug had a cold persona, but evidently it's just the opposite.
All right.
Big
He
boss
is
Michael
handling
Mounds
it.
in the
Wait,
YouTube
no,
chat,
dog.
by the way.
What you waiting on? You let laughing it drip in your hand. Oh, okay.
Scraby, where are you? Let me see.
Okay.
I'm just looking at Adam, and Adam's not having any problem at all.
Look at you, Adam.
Adam is backed up.
But this
I must tell you, Tony,
wait,
that Adam has cashed the check.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he did.
cashed
You said
his
I wouldn't
check.
be able to cash
I
it.
did.
No, you
I
cashed
sure
it,
did.
man.
You proved
cashed
me
it
wrong,
for
my
sure.
friend. I
Scraby,
gotta tell you though, this is further proof that whatever we got him with that tie,
the tie thing,
was
yeah, 'cause
super weak.
this is less than a 10, right?
He's over here having a difficult time.
You're turning a little red,
The time
Scraby.
was just as bad.
You're turning a little
hit me
red.
By the way,
faster.
this is delicious.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
he's
He's
going
going another
for
one.
Yes.
Come on, Adam. Wow, you're gonna have to come back in 6 months with like an 88.
Oh.
It's 38.
We'll have to go with the higher Scoville next time.
All right. Oh wow! Look at this guy. He's talking trash now.
Well,
I haven't had a sip of milk or
He
bread.
hasn't even reached for it.
No, he doesn't
came out
even
of the
need the
gates
bread.
talking trash.
All right.
All right. Now
Hey,
I'm
man.
going to take another one.
What?
Well,
Why
you
are
got you got a
doing
whole
this
other
to
spoon.
yourself?
No, because I don't want.
You want Adam to say he
By
has
the way,
wheat sauce,
yeah, he
baby.
get the whole
Full spoon,
get the same
baby.
thing that like he's dropping it all in there.
Keep the studio clean.
It's all anybody's
Big
worried
boss
about.
Michael watching over here. Come on.
Woo, boy, Scrabe, get back in front of the camera. Your face is red, Scrabe, isn't it, Tony? Are you
I'm
seeing
sweating.
the same thing?
You are sweating. Your face is definitely.
Why do you keep doing this?
You're not feeling anything?
Adam isn't even
Anything?
moved over
I
there.
feel a 1 or maybe a 2 out of 10 here.
Wow.
Adam
That's ridiculous
Klug.
because I'm.
Wow.
Adam Klug is a tough
Baby's
son
now
of a
bent
gun.
over the trash can.
No,
over
I had
there.
to spit.
I was going to say, it looks like Adam Klug may be producing the rest of the show because he's fine. Scraby may need
Scraby's
to
going to
go
bed.
get
bed. Yeah, you know,
assistance.
Here's want the milk, dude. It might
Frank
work
predicted
better.
that.
No.
Oh, did he?
Frank
Scraby's having
predicted that.
bread.
Oh yeah, that Adam would just cruise through this with
Frank
no problem.
predicted this.
He did.
Frank on the last show.
I
said
know you
Adam
had
would
it
have
like
no
that.
problem.
He did.
I got a newfound respect from Tony Gwynn Jr.
Yes,
here.
you do.
So-
all right.
So Scraby has the prizes for you, Adam. You have one, a jar of the ghost.
You can
pepper
have as much of this
salsa.
as you want at all
And
times.
the,
Yeah.
Mr. Lane's roasty 38 chili powder.
You should let me have that chili powder though. I think I do. I think I would do more damage.
Started
with
off
this.
giving me the mild.
And what is before they try, what is the heat index they're facing? Do we know? Or
Well, you could look up the Scoville on a ghost pepper.
Yeah.
It's one of the world's hottest. There's a couple of hotters.
By our show today, you're going to be off because we don't normally start our segments at 9 minutes past the hour.
No, we do not.
It's been kind of a crazy day with the computer here. Scraby's been fighting it all day long. And I would say, for the most part, the computer's been winning.
Yes.
Scraby's doing his best to hold off here. I hope there's no issues.
I think we turned the corner.
Okay, because we do have a Padre baseball game tonight.
Oh, don't let me stand in the way of that.
Well, I know you won't, but I'm saying if the equipment is on the fritz, I don't want any problems during the Padre broadcast.
I don't either, because that would be really bad.
Sam Levitt's got his pregame show, if all goes well, at 5:45. Padres and Giants tonight at 6:45. Jesse and Tony at Oracle Park. Giants have lost 6 straight. They are last in the NL West. But don't look now. The Rockies have lost 5 straight and are putting a lot of pressure on them for the cellar.
It's not going well.
It wasn't a good weekend for the NL West. The NL West went 2-13 this weekend. The only wins were the Padres yesterday and the Dodgers yesterday.
I have this strange feeling
weekend.
that we're in 2025 again, where whenever the Dodgers lose, the Padres lose.
It's been that way for a couple of weeks now. It does seem. While the NL West is struggling, the NL East just keeps, or NL Central, I should say, rolls along. Every team's 3 games over 500 or better in the NL Central. So, all right. Couple of quick notes to get you through here at 5 o'clock. Just catch you up in case you're just climbing in and, heading home. Big news in baseball. Cy Young Award winner 2 years running, Tarek Skubal, Detroit Tigers, surgery, left elbow. It's the same thing they said about Edwin Diaz. So now I'm getting used to this diagnosis. Loose bodies in his left elbow. Just sounds weird. Things like they could just say chips and floating or something. The loose bodies,
bone chips or something.
I don't get loose bodies, but that's what they call it. Skubal says, from my understanding, you just go take them out.
It's not that easy, bro. I don't think.
He said the length of rehab is just getting your spring training build up again, getting your, I don't know. It's going to be longer than that.
He's making this sound like he's coming back next week.
Yeah, I'm listening to him. It's at least 2 or 3 months, according to most other people on the scene there. That's going to hurt the Tigers for sure.
This is not a good timing for him because he's on a free agent. This is his free agent year.
I think he'll be okay. I mean, people are going to remember what he was able to do the last 2 years when it's time to sign him. Big giant in the broadcasting world, John Sterling, 87 years young, passed today. Longtime voice of the Yankees win. John Sterling was, I think we did a little segment on it earlier and played some of his famous calls. But I think the biggest thing you can say about John Sterling is even if you weren't a Yankee fan, you almost had to enjoy when he would say Yankees win. Like it brought a smile to your face, even though you didn't want the Yankees to win.
That's very true.
I give John Sterling a lot of credit. One of the giants in the industry. The NBA, the news there, big, I think, surprisingly big. But everybody says, and now it's not even sources. It's true. Anthony Edwards will play tonight. According to head coach Chris Finch, it was sources earlier. Now it's the coach himself. Edwards was injured 9 days ago with a hyperextended knee and bruising. They were saying he'd be out like 3 or 4 weeks. He's back for game 1 of the series. Julius Randle, his teammate, said, I'm on record as calling him Wolverine.
Hey, that's reserved for Manny Machado.
Oh, because we
interviewed him after he broke his ankle in Colorado and then came back 7 days later.
Well, Julius Randle's using that reference on his teammate, the Ant-Man. That series starts tonight. Also, Knicks Sixers starts tonight. Tomorrow, Lakers Thunder. I'm really looking forward to that one.
Yeah,
I just want to see. I want to see how Tony's reacting when SGA starts flopping and pushing off. I know Tony
he's going
says
to hate it.
Right, he's going to hate it. That's what I would think. I think we all should hate it. The NBA is getting full of it now. I saw Harden do it couple of times the other day, just knocking guys on the ground and then shooting a jumper, and the ref doesn't call it. I don't know. Just call it, and they'll stop doing it. It's an ugly look. You should be allowed to play some defense. The offensive players say, oh, no, they're flopping. I don't know. I'm seeing extended arms shoving guys down on the floor and officials letting it go. It just doesn't look right.
I mean, Jaylen Brown might be onto something.
Jaylen Brown said he was called for it 10 times in the Sixers-Celtics series.
He said a ref told him.
Told him that they were going to be picking on him.
Yeah, they have an agenda.
They had an agenda, he says.
Do we think he's going to get fined for these comments?
I don't know, but let's just put it this way. If he were somehow able to prove that an official sat down with him and said, oh, yeah, we're out to get you, you know how long that official would be working?
Not
another
long.
1 second.
Yeah, that is very true.
So
they said we're calling fouls on. That's very true. That official would not be an official.
No, that would not be a good look for the league. That's for sure. NBA. I did have one thing on the NHL. We haven't talked too much. The Ducks play tonight against not the Oil. They already beat the Oil. They're playing the Golden Knights, Vegas, in the game 1. Did you see the result last night? By any chance, Scrape, in Denver, NHL result last night. Let me give it to you.
I did not.
Final score, game 1 of the Western semifinals, Minnesota 6, Colorado 9.
Whoa.
Yeah. 5th highest scoring playoff game in NHL history.
That would be That would be like a 21-14 baseball game or something?
Similar, yeah. 15 goals. There's only been 4 playoff games ever played with more goals than that one.
The goalkeepers need to get back to work then.
It was one of those nights where every puck that was shot toward the net got deflected and bounced in, they couldn't, everything was just coming
just
from every
against
angle.
Them.
It was just a weird night, but that was a pretty strange game. Tonight, we got one game going right now for you NHL fans out there. Got the Flyers, and we got the Canes. And it's 2-1 Flyers, second period. Canes lead the series 1-0. Any chance you'll tune in third period Ducks, Golden Knights tonight, just while you're flipping around after the Padre game, maybe?
Yeah, I definitely would. I like playoff hockey.
Flip it on.
I think it's better than other. I think it's better. I know you're going to hate me for saying this.
Better than the NBA? I don't think you're wrong there. I think an NHL good Stanley Cup playoff game, the intensity, you can feel it a lot of times watching those games. I like it.
Oh, and these guys go crazy. There's been so many fights this playoffs. It's great.
They push and shove. They scratch for every ounce.
They do.
Every bit of piece of ice. They got to fight for it. So I think it is kind of fun to watch. The officials kind of crack me up. They try to jump in there between these guys, and they're just cracking each other with.
I was really impressed by one of the officials because he just got in the middle of it.
Have you ever seen a linesman though? You don't go to hockey games.
No, they're massive humans.
The linesmen themselves are like offensive linemen.
Yes,
they're huge,
and this referee,
so they can get in there between those guys. Yeah,
this referee just dove right in between these two guys. I'm like, that is dangerous.
Yeah, that's what they're.
These guys are throwing haymakers at each other, and you're jumping in there.
So they get the big money for. Big money for that. All right. Break time. When we come back, we'll get you ready for the ball game tonight. And we have to take one last closer look at the home run struggles of Fernando Tatis Jr. and whether we believe it's going to continue or not. I think you'll be surprised at some of the numbers that we bring to you ahead of tonight's Padre Giant game after traffic.
Bannon Woods is a
Now, Craig Stammen joins us here, Padres' new manager. And Craig, listen, I've had the opportunity to play for 2 managers that were in their first year, Don Mattingly and the late Ryan Sandberg in Philadelphia. Both of them had their struggles. Even though these are the best of the best type of players, they had their struggles. Where do you see yourself in terms of your staff and leaning on your staff to kind of be able to help you in those first year kind of struggles that
many managers deal with that.
Yeah, you're right. I'm going to lean on my staff a lot. And I remember having, small conversations with Bob Melvin about some of this stuff. And he was talking about some of the things he wished he knew when he was a first-year manager. And this was way back when I wasn't even thinking about this. We were just kind of talking. And he's like, I wish that I wouldn't have tried to do everything myself. He said, I felt like I had to be involved in everything and I had to be a part of every decision. And he goes, it's just not the case. He goes, there's a few things that I do need to be in charge of and as the manager, but I got good people around me. If I got good people around me, I just got to be able to trust them.
Right.
That'll be the hard part, but we're going to build that trust within the clubhouse, within the coaching staff. So I'm not doing it all myself. We're going to share responsibility. We're going to share the successes. I'll take the blame, and then we'll see where the dust settles. But I'll, obviously, hopefully gain a lot of experience where we get to the end of the season and we're in that playoff hunt.
Yeah.
That we're rolling and we're humming and we got a good process going.
Now, you mentioned, kind of building off what Mike has done here the last couple of years, adding to his legacy. You obviously have your own strengths, though. Where do you see your strengths being able to be applied to this ball club and how it may be of help?
Yeah, Mike had so much experience of organizing, how to be a great baseball team. He'd been mentored by many great managers, and he'd taken a lot from those guys. And I just listened to what he had to say about that stuff, and I saw how he did it, observing and listening to how he kind of went about his business. So a lot of the things that he did, I'm going to probably keep doing the same thing. What I think I can add is maybe just I'm a little younger. I got a little bit more energy.
Yeah.
I've got some relationships within the clubhouse that are maybe a little bit different. Does that give me the avenue to push them in a little bit different way, or like sneak in there to get them to do a few things that they haven't been quite open to in the past? Maybe I don't know. We'll find out. But, I'm going to treat them, with respect and hopefully get that respect back. And we're going to try to make this team as best they can be.
Craig Stammen joins us here, Padres' new manager. And Craig, you're clearly coming this with your eyes wide open with this situation. I heard you say partnering on multiple occasions up on the stand there. What does that look like for the fans who are listening and may not know what partnering looks like? What exactly is that?
Yeah, partnering, it's a give and a take. We have relationships with our families, our moms, our dads, our wives, our kids. It's not always my way or the highway.
Right.
There's got to be, even in this decision to become the manager, there was a lot of give and take with me and Audrey, deciding what was important to her and what we were going to miss by taking this, what was important to me, what I was going to miss in this, and then coming to a decision that works best for both of us. And I think those types of things can happen throughout the year with players, trying to get them on the field to do certain things in practice or in the game, but like partnering them in the way that's like, it's not just my decision.
Right.
We're in this together. We're accomplishing a goal together. It's not my, championship that we're going to win. It's our championship. It's the Padres championship. It's AJ's, it's John's, it's Eric's, it's Manny's, it's Toddy's.
Right.
It's all of ours together. It's Ruben's. We share that success together. I'll handle the blame, and then we'll do this together.
Last one, I'll let you get out of here. I know you got a busy day ahead of you. Mike Shildt did a terrific job of really shielding his players. He always was the man taking all the arrows coming at the ball club. But you also mentioned being able to push the guys. What does that look like? Because I think oftentimes fans hear, managers take the arrows and they're under the impression that there isn't any, pushing going on the backside of that. What does that look like sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, we got great players. So, like, the amount of pushing I need to do is limited.
Right.
But we can give them new ideas on how to navigate a season. And Mike was so good at, like, handling the players and taking the arrows, like you said, in the media and throughout the season and pumping those guys up and making them feel great. But there's ways that, like, maybe they haven't been exposed to, and that's what we're going to challenge our staff to do, is come up with creative ways to keep Manny Machado, healthy for a full season. Xander Bogaerts healthy for a full season as they get a little older in age, and can we have guys peaking at the right time and stuff like that? Just like open to new ideas and creative ideas, and the players will be partnering with that with the coaching staff to create something that we think will build us a championship team.
Now, Craig Stammen joins us here, Padres' new manager, and Craig, listen, I've had the opportunity to play for two managers that were in their first year, Don Mattingly and the late Ryan Sandberg in Philadelphia. Both of them had their struggles. Even though these are the best of the best type of players, they had their struggles. Where do you see, yourself in terms of your staff and leaning on your staff to kind of be able to help you in those first year kind of struggles that many managers deal with at some point?
You're right. I'm going to lean on my staff a lot. And I remember having, small conversations with Bob Melvin about some of this stuff. And he was talking about some of the things he wished he knew when he was a first-year manager. And this was way back when I wasn't even thinking about this. We were just kind of talking. And he's like, I wish that I wouldn't have tried to do everything myself. He said, I felt like I had to be involved in everything and I had to be a part of every decision. And he goes, it's just not the case. He goes, there's a few things that I do need to be in charge of and as the manager, but, I got good people around me. If I got good people around me, I just got to be able to trust them.
Right.
That'll be the hard part. But we're going to build that trust within the clubhouse, within the coaching staff. So I'm not doing it all myself,
But as we get ready to play a ball game tonight, Padres and Giants, we're about 20 minutes away from going to Sam for the pregame. We have not given a lineup yet. And that's normally like the first thing we do when the lineup is out.
I feel like I failed today.
You did. Try to redeem yourself now.
Okay. By the way, you know what? Another thing we haven't said? May the 4th be with you. It's May 4th.
You just said it.
Yeah.
But yes, you're right. May
Finally.
the 4th be with
Like
you.
one of those Star Wars things.
I normally get sick of that by about 5 in the afternoon.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
But since that's the first time I've heard it today, I will allow it.
All right.
May the 4th be with you.
Leading off for the Padres on May 4th, Ramon Laureano playing.
Swinging like a rusty
left
gate
field.
right now.
Yes.
Struck out 3 times yesterday. It was a nice walk he got.
Yeah.
Good stolen base. I think they kind of surprised him, set up the winning run. So Laureano kind of turns out as one of the heroes, but I haven't really been liking the way he's been swinging lately.
Agree. Fernando Tatis Jr., which we'll get into in just a second, batting second, playing right field.
Had the
Jackson
day
Merrill.
off, though. Did you agree with it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's only his second day off of the year. I mean, they played 34 games.
So you had nothing wrong with it. Okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
What about you?
I don't mind a day off. I wouldn't mind bringing him up, though, to hit for Fermin, like in the 8th inning of a tie game. Like
I would have been okay with that, too.
Yeah, I get that he's got the day off. Okay. But, I mean, honestly, Fermin, well, again, I'm reacting too soon, and I know Campusano had not a great game the other night, but why is Fermin playing so much? And Campusano can't get more than like 1 or 2 games a week.
It's got to be the rotation.
It's got to be what?
Not the pitching rotation, but the catching rotation.
I don't get it. I'm not in charge. They don't ask me, but
who started yesterday? Was it Fermin?
And he's starting tonight again. He's hitting like 0-20. I mean, he's like an automatic out.
It's tough, yeah.
And Luis is at least 330, and he's got 3 homers, and he's, a bit of a threat.
Yeah.
He's a threat.
He is a threat.
I don't know. That one's weird to me.
I would have been okay with Fernando pinch hitting at some point during the game, but look, in the end, I guess it didn't matter.
They won the game.
They
won the game, and maybe if they come up in the 9th inning was still tied, maybe he would have pinch hit. But
yeah,
to me, I'm good with the days off. But I think these managers nowadays, in general, not just Stammen, I think they want to give them the whole day off their feet.
Yeah, they want everything off.
Fernando's 6, 7 years old?
Yeah, something like that.
He's a massive, tremendous professional athlete.
Yeah.
I just got to believe he's capable of walking up to home plate and swinging the bat for a couple minutes and then running and going back and sitting down. I don't think that should take that much out of him that we need to give him the whole day off.
I'm with you, but for some reason, that's the thing.
I know it is the thing.
With Fernando specifically, it's weird.
Man, I don't think it's just him. I think it's the guys around baseball. They give a guy a day off, he's off.
Before we revisit
Corbin
Fernando.
Carroll, he's off. Whoever it is. I'm not blaming Fernando. I'm blaming baseball that they feel like these guys he's 27 years old. He's going to wear out.
Maybe studies show that it does help.
Maybe it does.
We need to talk about Jackson Merrill, though. He's playing center field, hitting third. He's just not seeing the ball.
Well, he had a good at bat in the 8th inning last night.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that'll get him going, but
I keep saying that myself, Chris.
What's his average? 211 now?
It's not great, and he's striking out so much. He's just it's been a struggle for him this year so far. And you're right, Chris. I was thinking about this because you said it last week. Why do we give Jake Cronenworth such a hard time, but we don't give Jackson Merrill such a hard time?
Everybody just assumes Jackson Merrill's going to get it back together. He has less of a track record than Jake Cronenworth does.
He does, but we've seen Jackson Merrill be way better than Jake Cronenworth is. So I think, for some reason, there isn't the same anger.
I think there has to be a little bit of concern on Jackson Merrill, the hitter, right now. I'm not, it's early. It's going to be early until August 15th, Scrape. But, when I look at Jackson Merrill, career 782, and this year 609, that's 180 points. That's a lot.
The great thing is
once
he starts hitting doubles and hitting homers, his OPS will go up.
Yes, it will.
Quickly.
He's got to do it.
All right. Manny Machado playing third, batting cleanup. Xander Bogaerts, shortstop, batting fifth. Gavin Sheets, first base, batting sixth. DHing is Miguel Andujar in the seventh spot. For Mean, catching eighth. Cronenworth playing second and ninth with our guy, Randy Vasquez, on the mound.
Let me ask you a question. If we do our, daily gambit thing. Let me give you Fermin and Cronenworth. You get them both. And I'm going to say a half is the over-under for hits. Are you betting? Would you bet?
Both? You
get them both, but between them, they have to get one hit tonight. Would you be willing to bet something on that? This isn't a gambling question as much as a faith question.
You got to give me, what's my odds type of thing.
Even. You bet $100 and one of them gets a hit, you'll get $100. If not, I get the 100.
I can't do that. I can't.
I don't think you can. I mean, unless it's just money you don't mind losing, but I don't have a lot of faith that you'll get anything from Fermin or Cronenworth tonight.
No, I don't and you were saying
great.
earlier that Jake Cronenworth is not going to just be put out there if he's hitting 160 in June.
Not forever, no. I believe that.
Is that the plan? Fernando comes and plays second now, or Sungmun Song maybe will be on the team?
I don't know how much longer, unless Sungmun. So we don't know. We're not there. Maybe Sungmun Song just looked completely overmatched. He has no shot. In which case, they just wasted $15 million.
Yes, they did.
All right, but assuming that he can, walk and chew gum, at some point you got to bring him up and say, "Hey, we're going to sit. We're going to put Jay." Jake's elbow hurts. He's sitting on the IL for 2 weeks, the way Marquez is right now. And, we let a guy come in and see at least what they can do. Jake's 147. Can't hit 147 in the big leagues.
No, you cannot.
Can't.
It's just not something
I hate it,
do.
But it's true.
And each year, I look at Jake's numbers at the end of the year, and I'm like, you know what? He really didn't have that bad of a season. As bad as we're all making it out to be.
If you look at Jake, average-wise, you don't expect much. 239, 229, 241, 246. RBIs, 88, 48, 83, 59. So he's got the ability to get 80. Got to get 8 this year. He keeps it going.
He needs
Sorry
to do
say.
something. Even Jake has a home run this year, Chris.
He does.
Even Jake has one.
And that brings us to Fernando.
Oh.
And here's the deal with Fernando. And I'm going to give you numbers and stuff, and then you decide what you want to do with it out there. That, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody's got an opinion on, is he going to, I think the prevailing opinion, though, with Fernando is that he's going to, break out. And when he hits a couple of home runs, it's going to be look out.
Yep. I agree. I think that's what's going to happen.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you, whether or not that's accurate. April 14th last year. Where's that? A year and a half ago? No, a year and a month ago.
Yes.
He had 2 home runs against the Chicago Cubs in one game. He's now gone the rest of last season and, of course, all of this season without doing that 2 home run thing. So he's up to 100, and I had it written down, and, of course, I flipped the page, so now I don't have it. I love when I do this. I think he's at 130 131.
Oh, you told me.
Oh, here it is. 171 games without a multi-home run game.
That's a lot.
171
games.
games.
Season.
That's more than a full season. So he's got 171 games. So if he has 2 home runs tonight, it'll be the first time in 172 games that he does that. We also know that since that time, he's had a 27-game homerless streak, which that's not the one he's on now. He had a 27-gamer in the middle of last season.
Yep.
And now he's on a 33-game homerless streak. In fact, he's had 5 homerless streaks in his career of 15 or more games.
Mm-hmm.
4 of them are in the last year and a half.
Wow.
Okay, so it's what I'm saying is, and what I said to Tony, and he disagreed. He thinks when Fernando hits one, it's going to be wide open. You kind of think that. I think some people hope that. I just am not so sure. I don't know. I don't see it, and the numbers don't bear it out. Last June, he hit 2 home runs the whole month. Last July, he hit 2 home runs the whole month. Last August, he hit 1 home run the whole month. September, pretty good, 7. And then, of course, what we've had this year, 0 and 0.
Yeah.
The outlier there is what? The 7 that he hit in September. That's the one that stands out.
That's what keeps us in.
I get you, but the point is the 7 that he hit in September, that's the odd number. The realistic number, at least based on my, unanalytical findings, is June 2, July 2, August none, and then April none. For the last 5 months, he's been none or 1 or 2, whereas he had 1-7. The 7 stands out. I'm just saying maybe we should just come to grips with Fernando Tatis home run, going to be 18 to 20 home runs, maybe. And hopefully he's going to steal you 35 or 40 and hit 290 and drive in 70, 80 runs. He's never driven in more than 100.
Yep,
so I don't know
true.
why we expect that to be automatic. Even in the 40 home run year, he didn't have 100 RBIs because of where he was batting. A lot of it goes back to it's not Fernando's fault. It's our fault. It's baseball's fault. Fernando Tatis Jr., in my mind, has been built up to be one of the super duper stars of Major League Baseball. But his numbers have not supported that.
No.
So it's all I'm saying. You call him and I love when he makes a great play like anyone. He plays his right field. He's athletic. He runs the bases with reckless abandon. His hair's flying. He tags up from second base. I mean, scores on a pop. I mean, he does so many great, fun things that we love El Nino. We love Fernando. He's our guy to rep. When you put up your guy, let's say you put up your Ronald Acuna. He's hurt now, but
yes,
you put up your Acuna, we'll put up our Fernando. You put your Corbin Carroll, we'll put Fernando. You put Ohtani, we'll put Fernando. Fernando's our guy, but he's not necessarily deserving of that stature, at least not numerically.
I do think that if you have, Fernando has always been hyped as the next great player, but if you have one good season in any sport, you will now be a bust if you've never reached that season again.
Well, I don't think he's a bust. I just think he is what he is, which is what do we call it? The Hall of Very Good. I think he's very good, but I think he's treated as if he's a Hall of Famer.
Maybe he wants to get traded. Like,
oh God, we're going to go back to those yo-yos trading him earlier
today. He wants
today.
to get traded.
He needs to change the scenery. Just ask Greg Amsinger.
Oh, Greg Amsinger knows everything.
He knows
Chris.
it.
Happy Hour brought to you by GL Pools, a company trusted
I
by
love these
thousands of San Diegans to keep their pools sparkling, swim ready, and expertly maintained. Call GL Pools now and say radio for a free month of service. We have a GL Pool customer in our neighborhood, and I see the GL Pool truck.
You see the truck?
And I waved at the guy, and he kind of waved back at me like, who's that weirdo?
Did he then call?
Me?
Did he then call the authorities?
He may have. I don't know. I went right back to my house because I felt weird about it.
Let's get the authorities in on this one.
Are we going to do our hit to pick?
We have been lagging on the hit to pick, and I'm a little bit upset. I got to share something because I don't mind.
Oh
I don't mind. I don't mind.
Oh my gosh.
I don't mind.
Oh my gosh. Are you going to share what happened on Friday?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I ran out on you with
You
like
did,
4
and I
minutes
was,
to go in the show.
Very concerned that something was
and
up.
I made up a BS line that something was my wife was stressing
you
with
blamed
something
it on your
at home.
wife.
It's not true. I came clean to you, so I'll come clean to the listeners.
I can't believe it.
I just had to hit the restroom. I couldn't make it to the end of the show.
There was some stress on your face.
There was, man. Hey, I've been there. Well, I think we've all been there. I'm just admitting it on national radio.
Hey, I've
like
done
a
it
dummy.
before too. All right.
All right. Hit the click. We got to start getting a streak going. I'm at 1. You're at 0.
Yep.
It's just terrible. Somebody in the game that's going to get a hit tonight. I'm not picking a Giant. I'll tell you
I'm
that.
gonna go with Casey Schmidt.
You are?
Yeah, he's been on fire.
All right.
We
You're
gotta
going with
hurry up,
another
though.
Aztec. I'll take Sheets tonight. Holy
right.
Sheets. See you tomorrow. Enjoy the game.